episode 67. Yep, we just kind of go.
Yeah. We'll just like rename it. This is show A-23, season. Yeah.
Episode 67.
All right, and we are live. And that's probably 10 seconds or so.
And we're
Hey, yeah. Welcome. I'll try to do, since Mock isn't here at least yet. Welcome to the Arcade Hangout, the longest running arcade podcast on YouTube, I believe. This is episode 256. A bunch of any number of friends that get together every so often, try to every other week, to talk about arcade stuff, projects, restorations, games, and a lot of other pop culture and whatever's happening in people's lives and topics. So welcome. This is just, it's not a structured show. It's not really a show by any means. It's just people hanging out, talking about arcade games and stuff. So welcome. So
and
what did you guys do?
Eating ice cream.
Oh, and ice cream is involved too.
Yeah.
What kind of ice cream is that? Is it like?
My God, you caught me like just about to bite.
Just right, yeah, sorry.
Especially because part of it is I let it get kind of melty before I actually eat it, and I wanted to do it
15 minutes
before the show. But yeah, this was a little bit longer, so this one might be a little smooshy. It is a.
Watch out for the bottom part. That little bottom part always breaks off, and it falls in your lap.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so this is it's a sugar-free ice cream bar. So there's not a lot of choice, but it's actually darn delicious. It is a chocolate covered.
Those are deadly.
Yeah, chocolate covered sea salt caramel.
Oh, very nice.
Or caramel, the way that I was raised, but caramel just sounds so much better.
Caramel is much,
right. It sounds it's like aunt versus aunt, But I was raised saying aunt, but I'm always like, oh, I gotta say aunt. That sounds so cooler. But yeah, no, they're actually very good at Costco and Safeway.
Yeah, I was gonna say it looks like there's one of the only kinds of ice cream I like is Nestle's Crunch ice cream bar.
Oh
yeah. I was in the store today too. I picked up like four. There was like 4 boxes of them, and I'm like, all right, what the hell? I mean, it's. I was gonna get one, but there's like 3 left. I'm like, well, I mean, you might as well, right? Yeah.
I miss a lot of those ice cream treats. Like that's all pun intended. That is a real treat, because for people that like me and Carrie that don't do sugar and try to keep things low carb and all that stuff, it's like, wow, here's something that actually tastes good and is ice cream.
Yeah.
It's like, but I miss like all those like drumsticks. I love the little nutty drumsticks and like even like the Snickers and all those the ice cream candy bars and all that stuff. I think probably my favorite still at heart is the traditional sandwich, ice cream sandwich.
Those are good. I'm a sucker for the cone. Oh my God, the cone is what it's all about. And good luck finding that on a low carb version. Although because, every once in a while, maybe.
I wasn't as much of a fan of a traditional cone, because it would cut the roof of your mouth. Like when you bite into it, it could, like, the sharp edges could really do some damage. But I like the with the drumsticks, it was like this chewy. I don't want to say it's cardboardy, but it was this chewy. It was a little soft. Yeah. And you could actually kind of unfold it a little. It was fucking good. Damn,
Klondike bar. You can never go wrong with the Klondike bar. Yeah, those are.
Yeah, and I've got 9 other boxes of Girl Scout cookies hidden in my cupboards that I bought from Keith's daughter. And I say 9 because I bought 10, and then like a week or 2 ago, after some alcohol, I'm like, this frozen box of Tagalogs sounds good. I'll just have 2 cookies. Yeah. And then the box is gone.
Never. Yeah. No one has ever said I'll just have like 2 Girl Scouts, unless there's only 2 left. That's the only time that has ever worked.
Right.
Yeah. And even then, you're like, "Fuck, can I do anything with the kids?" Like, come on.
And they're spaced out, and that tray's so nice and easy.
Yeah.
And
there aren't that many. It's kind of like Leo with the box of the the Nestle Crunch bars. Like, there's if I take one, there's only 3 left. I might as well just take them all.
Exactly.
Yeah, I'm looking at the nutrition facts, like I can get around this somehow.
No, don't do it.
Well, there's 19 carbs or whatever in a serving size, which is 2 cookies. I'm like, that I should still be okay there.
I should be good. Yeah.
Even though, despite it having like 12 grams of sugar too, whatever. But we're not here to talk about cookies, or we are.
It's
yeah.
people knew this is exactly what the show is. Yeah.
It's like it's like the second
sale,
ingredient is sugar. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Total ice cream, like what was it, like 3 bites in?
Apart.
Yeah.
I let it sit out there too long.
Yeah.
When I eat one of those, well, you've seen me. I'll like make a bib out of like paper towels because I know I eat mine earlier than Carrie does, but I get down to about here, and it likes to break off the stick and go right on your lap or your shirt.
Yep.
Yeah. So,
Carrie, I'm surprised the dog's not sitting there begging for it.
If it were like a pork flavored ice cream sandwich, they probably would, but they know. They know. They never get the sweet.
Ice cream's bad for dog, or chocolate's bad for dog. Chocolates, that's right.
Yeah.
Chocolate's bad for dog. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, and with the sugar-free stuff, then I don't dare give them any of it. Although,
right.
I did recently have a carton of regular Joe Average, full-fat sugar vanilla ice cream that was really old. It was left over from Christmas, and it had grown into ice crystals. And so before I totally ditched it, I let the dogs have some, and put some in the bowl. They haven't experienced much ice cream in their lives, and that was actually pretty fun.
Orange juice, or is that a beer? That's got to be a beer.
Oh, yeah.
Leo.
It's a beer. Absolutely.
It looked just like orange juice.
It does, yeah. It's a Treehouse IPA. So we did a little. I made a run a couple of weeks ago and just kind of getting off of that to slowly, surely breaking things down too. So with all the poker nights, so
oh yes, yeah, they'll do it.
Oh my goodness, yeah. We should move this to what is it? What do you guys do? Wednesdays? He usually tries Wednesday. Yeah, Dave usually tries to do Wednesday and then either Saturday or Sunday, or in some cases both. If I think
I've seen him doing the Saturdays. I'm like, holy shit! Like, that must be one hell of an arrangement.
Yeah, I mean. I think she's probably like, yeah, just get away from me. Like I've been with you for the past year now, like together. Go with your friends.
And, get out of here.
Yeah. And I guess, he says it's better than him go to the casino, which is, at least he's, you go there, you're losing a couple $100 to a casino as opposed to, you lose,
right.
You lose nearly as much. You lose to friends too. And it's always,
you guys are leasing out your money basically because it's all the same crew.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
People just take turns. Yeah.
Yeah. It's been fun, but it's fun. It's looking forward. It was good. It kind of got me through just seeing people because even some of my other college friends, we do a meetup on Friday, and it's it's nice to kind of go out and see people and not go up but put a name to a face and actually look at somebody. So that it was nice. About a couple months into this whole thing, I'm like, oh god, I organized this house. I did this. I did that. I'm like, I've watched every fucking show I'd ever want to watch. I got to get something going. So,
yeah, it's been strange because I'm fully vaccinated or whatever now, and so today I had my first dental appointment because I didn't go during the pandemic, and so. I have to admit, it was actually I even told the hygienist, I'm like, this is kind of weird not having a mask on and being this close to a stranger of sorts. Yep. And like this Sunday, for Mother's Day, I'm visiting my folks, and everyone's vaccinated, but that's the first Mother's Day since what would that be? Since 2019. 2 years,
yeah, because last year was we couldn't, absolutely. Same thing. I got fully vaccinated about a little over 2 weeks ago, and this past Saturday we had relatives kind of come up unexpectedly, had some time, so we met them. Everyone was vaccinated, so we met them at Castle Island, and we just sat at a table. It was outdoors. It was a beautiful day around here, so we just kind of sat outside on a table, eating and talking. No one had a mask. I'm like, this feels very weird. This feels very, very weird.
I think there's going to be an adjustment period.
Oh, absolutely.
And it's relearning how social activities function or how you're supposed to act, and it I don't see it like well here's an most of my friends, so in years past I've been on a volleyball league, and just today my crew, because so like it was weird, like the lockdown out here in Minnesota is that when summer came, they were still kind of doing a volleyball league. It was a shorter season, and because it's for the outdoor one, and then like when fall and stuff rolled around in winter, the indoor league, they weren't doing that, and I opted out for that one, for the pseudo season, and then and so I didn't hear a whole lot from that crew. It was just a little bit sporadically because we're all friends, but at the same time, it's like it's not a regular thing. So so then my buddy Dano texts me just yesterday and asking all the crew, hey, are you interested for the summer league that starts mid next month? And I think all of us are vaccinated, and we're like, yeah, sure. And I can't imagine how weird that's going to be the first few weeks, because that's mid next month. Yeah, it just all those little things, like slowly. Because up to this point, Carrie's really the only person I've been in like close quarters with unmasked. Yeah.
Aside from my parents, I don't think I've been near anyone really this like close. Like we have a candlepin bowling league that we started up in January, but it was much less people, and everyone was just a lane apart, and like they just kind of spaced everyone out there too. But even that was kind of weird, just being like. You came like, hey, you're just kind of like walking around, people like, hey, what's going on?
Yeah.
But like, it was something to do, and like it was such smaller people, and you bring your own bowling balls too, so it's not like you're touching It was just alley balls, like no fucking thank you or anything like that too. But like it was just still kind of like weird being around people like, hey, how's it going? Like no one's like talking to each other or anything to do, so it's just like, all right, let's go up and bowl. All right.
Oh, question
definitely
for
feels
you.
like we're turning a corner, right?
Yeah.
So what? Yeah.
I was just gonna ask how expensive, because like I was on a bowling league for many years and have my own bowling balls, but how expensive is like a good candle pin ball?
So it's a set of 4. You'll get 4. Yeah, it's anywhere, $40-$50. They're pretty cheap.
I'm sure you can spend as much as you want.
Yeah, I mean, like if you like, you could probably like anywhere. Probably the most you'd spend is probably like 80 or 120. Like it's because unless you get like something really customized design, like one of the people in the league has the 4 Boston sports teams on them, so that costs a lot. But if you just have I just have green or blue, if you just have like a generic color, you're $40-$50 with a bag. It's pretty cheap.
And do
they're standardized weights and things like that. Like there isn't that much that you can really mess around with.
It's not like the 10 pin where there's different weights. I mean, some might be like an ounce heavier, but they're right around the same weight. Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Yeah. There's no real difference because it's.
And I suppose out there you can go to like just about any sports shop, or do you have to order that online, or?
So there'll be some sports stores that'll carry them. Not as many. You can order online, and some bowling alleys will sell them too. The bigger ones, like
sure.
Boston Bowl, which is right near the airport, that has a huge place, and they sell supplies there too. So usually they'll be
similar to bowling balls.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Like the bigger places, the larger ones will always have those for sale as well too. Yeah.
And the nice thing about those is you don't have to have your finger holes drilled.
Yeah, exactly. You grip it with your hand. So exactly, it's very nice. Yeah. So it's
because that's always that was always a thing for me. It's like I had my parents are friends with their old neighbors. The husband of the couple was very into bowling, and he had his own drill press, and he drilled his own bowling balls and stuff. So I would take my stuff there, but otherwise then you'd have to pay to have someone do it. And that was always the thing. It's like, well, where do I go to have this done? And if a lot of places, if you brought your bowling ball there, they wouldn't do it unless you bought it through them.
Right.
So so there's like that caveat, and so that was always the complication. You can go online, you can go anywhere and buy a bowling ball, but who's going to drill the holes for you? Yeah,
exactly right. Yeah, no, Or even too, like shipping those things too. I mean, if you're
Oh,
a
yeah.
15-pound bowling ball, it's like, oh god, all right, well, you're gonna pay shipping. It's probably cost you more than the damn ball or whatever the case may be. But
Yeah. Like we had a sporting goods store. I don't know if it's still around when where I grew up in St. Cloud, called Dunham's.
Mm-hmm.
No, I think they went out of business now. Oh, Dick's Sporting Goods is there now, and they might still sell bowling balls, but Dunham's did, and they sold nothing real high end. It was like your average urethane or plastic bowling balls. So like everything pretty much sub $100.
Yep.
They had there. And then if you want anything fancier than that, you'd order it online. At least I would.
Yeah.
But,
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
I told myself if I ever get myself a bowling ball that I'd get it engraved with Homer Simpson's name on it.
Nice. Simpson.
I like that.
They probably have Simpsons like.
Well, that was the episode from
that was the
episode, the first season. Yeah, the first season, right?
Yeah, you got Marge a
the
bowling
gift
ball
from
for
Marge.
birthday.
Yeah, the gift exactly.
Yeah.
With his name on it.
Who is Homer?
Yeah. Yeah, that's an oldie.
I think that was first season or first
think
or
right.
second.
Could very well be. Yeah,
very early one. Yeah,
wasn't, if I recall, she was at first I think upset, but then she's like, "No, I'm going to use this," and she joined
the bowling
March. She joined. Yeah.
The French bowler started like hitting on her, and like that's why he said, "Who is Homer?" And I was like, "Yeah."
I love how in the show she's a vixen. Right, like there's several episodes where men are falling over,
right?
Falling over Mars. It's awesome. She's quite the hottie.
Exactly. Hey, Midge, when you see us getting together, Midge.
Well, did you guys do any arcade updates or news or anything like that?
News. I'm going to be going to Fun Spot probably in 2 weeks, just not for an event, just to like. I had a couple of days coming off here, so I'll just go up on a Thursday, check the place out, see how Fun Spot's doing. But nothing.
Yeah.
I haven't I wouldn't want to like purchase anything, but like especially now, I wouldn't be like, wait, I got to rent a truck, go to some person's house, and no. I think I kind of waited on buying stuff like that. But
Shipping games is okay. That's how I got my Punch Out. But
that's true.
Yeah,
that's true.
The only thing I've got some Wonka news. I've actually did I get a hang on a second here. No, okay. So I was let's see. Where should I begin with this? Because I don't think I talked about this on the air, but I did I realized because of the pandemic. So I bought Wonka late March, right? It was actually right during the beginning of the pandemic because it was delivered, and the guy was all masked up and brought into my place, set it all up and everything. But this was last month, like 2-3 weeks ago, I think. Yeah, because it was before I was out in California. So it was last month. I realized that, holy shit, I've had this pinball machine for over a year already. Because
birthday
and only me and Carrie have played it for obvious reasons.
Right.
And so I'm like, well, because I remember being so excited, I can't wait to have my next party. And then, so I'm like, well, I should probably, it's been a year. Maybe there's nothing screaming at me that I need to do to this game, but I feel like I should do some sort of little annual maintenance or whatever. And so I actually got out like a light, and I was like examining the play field, and I found some streaks from the balls on the in lanes and stuff, the ball trails or whatever they call them. And so I texted Keith, our pinball guru, and he's like, yeah, you can go over that with like Nova's 2-in-1 and this or that. And so I cleaned that all up. That came out nice. I put new flipper rubbers on and just kind of did a once over, and it wasn't I was kind of just examining things, cleaning things up and stuff like that. And so that all came out nice. And I love the way that I put these super bands on. And holy shit! Like I didn't realize how much different type of flipper rubbers can affect the game. I think Mark's.
I know. We
Trying
got
to
somebody
get on
joining us from the DeLorean. It looks like.
Yeah.
So connecting.
Yeah. Hello.
He's always connecting
DeLorean?
from some other place.
Marty, where do we have to go back to, Marty?
Yeah. Are you flying?
Marty.
How's it going, Mark? Good to see you.
Hey, guy. What's up? I don't even know why I have this background. I must not have been. I haven't been on Zoom in like a year, so I don't know.
Which is the opposite of absolutely everybody else in the country who now lives on freaking Zoom or some version of it.
Yeah, they forced me to use Teams. That's
what I've been on for
I'm really
too.
good at Teams.
Nice.
Yeah.
How have you been? How's things?
Good. I mean, I live, in Texas, so it's like, I got to get past that.
Pan what? Pan what?
Exactly. So are we on the air, or is this?
Oh yeah,
absolutely.
Yep.
Oh yeah. We just
all your adjustments are captured.
All right.
Yeah. You're too legit to quit.
Hi, internet.
Exactly.
So, what was that? So I
rubbers.
Yeah, so I
you were talking about your rubbers.
Yeah.
I was talking about my rubbers and how great they are and powerful.
How they're good for your streaky balls. Yep, absolutely.
Yep. Oh yeah, and I replaced the balls with new. So like the game played entirely different. I wasn't expecting that. I had to turn down the flipper strength in the settings because the ball was like hitting the glass and so it's way different. And I mean that in the best regard. It's a lot of fun. But I realized I'm like, I haven't checked. This was just like a few days ago. I was looking things over and I was playing a couple games. I'm like, I should go on Jersey Jack's website because this is still a relatively newer game. And I'm running and see if there's any updates of software because they'll put out updates. And I'm running, or at the time I was running like 1.33. That's what Chris, the guy from Kingpin Games, that he installed. That was the only update at the time. And so I went to the website and they're at like 1.37. And I'm like, holy shit. And so there's all these updates. And the last one came out like just like a month ago or something like that. So you download it, you throw it onto a flash drive, plug it into a USB cable that comes out by the coin door. And the game kind of just does its own thing, loads it all up automatically. You don't really have to press anything, and then the game, you reboot the game, unplug the USB, and ta-da, you're at the next version. Mm-hmm. And so I did that, and everything seemed to go without a hitch. The first boot took a bit longer, but apparently that's normal because it's still installing stuff. I talked to some people, and so Mark decided to call.
Mark's calling in. He's calling in on a payphone.
He must be calling collect. He didn't put.
He must be 1-800 collect. If you're gonna call collect, use 1-800 collect.
No,
oh my gosh! Wow, I forgot about that.
How dare you interrupt Jim's story? Continue, please.
No, can we? You giving us a little tour of your arcade? That was you had some nice games there. So. And Dave's gonna ask some questions. You see now. Dave's curious now. Jimbo's story is gonna go to shit now once Dave.
That's all right. So, before Dave can figure out his shit, I did the update. Everything went without a hitch. I went into the menu. 1.37 version is there. I loaded because you can back up your high scores and settings. So I did that. Loaded it all up. All my scores are there. I'm like, great. All my settings are there. Great. And I I finally got around to starting to play a game yesterday because I was excited about some of the many changes that they made. And like almost all of the animations, not like the video clips and stuff, but like the animations you'll see on the screen and stuff, it's choppy. It's like dropped frames, like a lower frame rate. And I'm like, well, what the hell's going on here? And I reached out to Chris, the rep or whatever from Kingpin Games, and I'm like, hey, so I did the update, and he walked me through. He's like, okay, well, try doing the install again and walk me through that. And he's like, don't the different boot and everything, that's fine. But let me know if it still is doing that. So today I did that, and sure enough, it's still like, it's noticeable. Like at first I'm like, is this just my OCD? Am I the only one noticing this? But that doesn't seem smooth anymore. That seems like these animations and stuff, that they seem off. And finally I got to today I was like, oh no, it's definitely wrong. There's some that are really noticeable, like the game over, and also when you get an extra ball, the Oompa Loompa throws it at the screen, and that was really choppy. So I'm like, all right, Chris, it's still doing this. And so he's in talks with Jersey Jack. But but right before we went live, I texted Chris Rhodes. You guys know, Minnesota collecting buddy of mine. He has a Wonka too. And I'm like, have you updated to the 1.37? And he's like, no, I'm at 1.35. And I'm like, well, this is what's happening with 1.37. He's like, oh, the same shit happened with Guns N' Roses, apparently, where people were having problems. And then like a week or two later, they sent out another update to fix that. So I'm not sure if that's the case here. The funny thing is, I posted on Pinside and in the main Wonka thread, and I recorded videos and stuff. And I'm like, is anyone else experiencing this or can confirm that they are or aren't having this issue? And those two things, because at first I didn't know if that weird, because the game boots up a little bit differently, but I know now that that's normal, because one of the Jersey Jack reps popped in. He's like, yep, that's normal after the update. And I'm like, okay. But not one person, and there's been posts after that, has even made a comment or referred to my post about the animations being choppy and stuff. Like, not one person's even acknowledged it, and it's annoying for one, but it's also really strange. I'm hoping that means that everyone's going to go to their machine now and study it and see if they're also experiencing that. But we'll see. I'm sure that they'll get sorted out. My biggest gripe, I guess, with this whole thing is not that there's a problem with the update. It's that on Jersey Jack's website, you can't download, you can't re-download or install older software. So they only put the latest one up there, and you can't. So I can't go back to 1.33. I can't go back to anything prior to 1.37. So I'm stuck until they can fix something.
So if you have
it's bullshit.
If you have it on another flash drive, you can't put the old flash in, and it'll.
It's not on a flash drive though. It doesn't come with a flash drive.
No. I'm saying when you do the update, you put it on a flash drive, right? And you plug USB.
Yep.
So if you have an older update, I know you skipped a bunch, but let's say you had the older. Can you go backwards if you have like the 1.35?
I don't know. I would assume so, because the game just automatically looks for an install and it asks you, do you want to do this? In fact, when I reinstalled 1.37, it asked me, are you sure you want to reinstall this or overwrite everything of the previous install? So I would assume so, but yeah, good luck finding someone that has that on a flash drive laying around.
Well, it's highly unlikely you're the only one experiencing the problem. I'm sure.
I would think so, because like the weird thing, it's either hindering the frame rate, or what it's acting like to me is that like the for whatever reason the new code is affecting the GPU performance, like the graphics card, because like it's not everything, but it's a lot of just the graphical animations, not the video clips. None of that stuff, but like even in the attract mode, you'll see like the fizzy lifting bubbles over the scores, and they're not smooth. They're just I recorded a video I posted on YouTube. But unless you are familiar with, you might be able to pick up on it, but like there's several animations that are just like you can just tell they're just choppy. They're struggling. The gameplay is fine, but that's really fucking annoying. And so it's like either I'd rather go at this point. Even though I like all the new changes, I'd rather go back to to the bulletproof software. So we'll see what they. I have faith. Chris is really good, and being that he contacted Jersey, because I was like, do I need to send Jersey Jack a support ticket now and fill that out? But it's always been to go through him, and I feel like they have more leeway or more power to get it through as a dealer, as a distributor.
Sure. Yeah.
Did you?
So,
and you posted it on, because I can't find your post on Pinside.
It's in the Wonka Golden Tickets.
I did a search for Wonka update, and it brought up two other people's topics.
Are you Jimbo Genie on Pinside?
Yep, I am.
Yeah.
I picked a different name. I'm Pinsler.
There. That's the link to the thread.
Oh.
Yeah, it's yeah, and I keep editing my original post because I didn't want to keep bumping, like the thread for, but it's on the last page, like what is that, 172 or whatever. But
I see. You put it in. Got it in a Wonka thread. Sorry, I thought you'd done your own thread. Got it. Okay.
No, yeah. I mean, I could make a new thread. I didn't, but I figured that this was the thread that the most Wonka owners would frequent. But that might not be a bad idea. But yeah, I don't know. It's weird, but I mean, the gameplay is fine. It's that's just annoying. But it doesn't affect the gameplay.
But are you getting a good night's sleep, or are you thinking about it?
No, I keep pulling out the remainder of my hair. I can't. I'm pigging out on junk food.
Jim, we know you. It's like your world is collapsing. It's like, Jim, it's okay.
This is priority one, damn it.
It'll be fixed.
Only I'm important.
These are like, I don't even know if they're first world problems. They're like it's
they're
like,
S tier problems.
Yeah, like just can I give you a virtual hug?
Yeah.
How about just like a smiley face emoji?
Well, I will say this though. If I spend $10,000 on something, I want it to work flawlessly.
I know. I agree with you. When people talk about that stuff, you're putting the money. I want some support. It's not that old.
And the funny thing is that like I was talking to Carrie the night before, right when I did the update, and I was all excited because I was just making the comment. I'm like, this is so great. I love having something new that is being supported, and I can talk to people about. And this update, because I hadn't played a game yet, I had just done the update, and I just looked to see if my scores and everything were there, and the game appeared to run. And I'm like, yes, this is. And so I was all on cloud 9, like just like this is awesome. And then today I'm like, fuck.
I don't know if I feel bad for you or it makes me kind of happy because it's funny. Because the comedy alone is like, poor
the
Jim.
shit. It comes with the territory, and I feel that's why I feel obligated to like tell these stories. But yeah, so we'll see what happens with that. But it's really it's at the end of the day, the game works, so it's not. I just want it to work better.
Yeah.
But the updates are awesome. They changed a lot of things for the better. Well, most things for the better. Yeah. Anyhow, that's my biggest update. So anyhow.
Sorry, Jimmy.
No, I'm here to appease. Yeah.
It's so good. It's so good.
Well, although the other update is a joint update, which is that Ms. Pac-Man is technically working now. The Ms. BitKit.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't even. This was a coincidence. I didn't purposefully like wear this shirt for that reason. I mean, yes, I did.
Yeah. So good planning. Good planning.
I know.
Yeah.
And is that shirt stenciled? I'm not sure.
Yeah. Yes,
and
it took 4 sets of stencils.
Did it take 4 weeks?
I had to do some touch-ups, and it's still not perfect.
Yeah, the eyebrow, the eyelashes don't look quite right on the shirt.
Yeah, I know.
Fuck you, Dave.
With the everything's a little bit off. Yeah, these ghosts down here are a little faded. Yeah.
Wait, is Brad here?
The blue is
that was his favorite. Fuck you, Dave.
Fuck you!
I actually might be selling. I might.
You might be selling it. Oh, I demand a commission.
Right? Oh my God! There's no way I could sell that for.
How do you calculate the amount? How do you calculate my time and hours and sweat and tears and yours?
Well, yeah, and not even that. Just the money alone in spray paint, in stencil sets, all the things, all the little, like the new kick plate, or the little plastic thing at the bottom that goes below the kick plate, whatever that's called. The
sub kick plate.
The sub, the stub your toe plate. The powder coating of the coin door, all the things. That's like a $2,000 fucking pack, man.
Oh, at least. And then don't even figure in the time.
But I'm gonna make like $50 back, because I have someone who wants to buy my partial stencil set, because I have the full stencil
really?
for the kick plate, and then the side, and I told him
was it that one dude on Clav looking for a complete set of stencils?
Oh, I don't know. I honestly have not been very good about going on Clav. I don't know. So somebody who actually lives in Southern California, in the same town I used to live in for a while, and he reached out to me, and so he just needs to loop back with me, and I'm gonna hopefully send that off to him, and then there'll be one less thing knocking around my spare room. But I was like, it'd be nice if that partial set could, especially with the whole kick plate part's full. So hopefully that will benefit someone. But that's exciting. It's not like I started cleaning up the wiring, and there's actually my twisted quarter. My twisted quarter order is supposed to arrive on Thursday, and I'm so annoyed. So Gino, I reached out to you because for anyone who doesn't know, Gino and I are neighbors. We're 20 minutes away. That's neighbors. Yeah. And so I was like, the shipping's so much for twisted quarter. Do you want anything? And you were like, no, thank you, because you're really awesome that way. Nice. And so I placed my order, and son of a bitch, I thought of what it is that I needed to order from Twisted Quarter that I didn't, which are some bulbs that I had found that they're selling on eBay, and they pissed me off on eBay because they wouldn't combine it. It wasn't talking about combining shipping. I mean, I guess I could message the guy and be like, hey, can we combine shipping for this? Like, it talks about discounts for multiples, but the fact that it's one red set and one, whatever yellow set, like.
What are they for?
They're for Funhouse. They're the original, because it was converted to the LEDs, and I love the LEDs under the playfield. Gorgeous, but the ones that you can see are just not as much. And then I wanted, and these are the original incandescents, but they're actually colored bulbs.
Oh, and nice. So, yeah.
So it's for under the bumpers. So they have 3 bumpers, and the white one, not a problem. But I tried putting regular incandescents under I think it's like a red and either a blue or a yellow, I forgot, and it looks really washed out. Like, I totally understand why he put the LEDs, because it makes the colors much more vibrant. So but they're like, bleh. And the light doesn't totally turn all the way off, so you got like a little going on. And I'm just
that's right.
It's just not my jam. So I'd like to replace it, and so I'm like, if I get these colored bulbs, then that's perfect. I get the incandescent look. Indeed, I get their deep, rich color. But it's not like I can't afford, the $3 in shipping for the $3 box of bulbs. But it just pisses me off that if it's not going to be combined. Come on now. Then I'll order them separately. I'll order one. Yeah. I'll wait another day, and I'll order another one. Like, fine. Then you fork over the money to send them to me.
Sorry, they only ship FedEx, and the minimum's $15 or whatever. Or USPS, $10 minimum. Yeah.
But anyway, so that so pissed me off. I'm like, damn it! I knew there was something else. The arcade gods are smiting me again.
Yeah, that. And you saw. So I after I left your place, or when you told me about that about the joystick, and did you I was like, why would it be? Because I hardly had tested out any games. And then you're like, you said something like the joystick was a little sticky or was catching on something. And I'm like, well, I did everything I did with Gap Plus to modify that to be an 8-way, but I completely, until I opened up the control panel, completely forgot that in my search for an original 8-way Bally Midway joystick. So for those that don't know, Gap Plus uses an 8-way Bally joystick, and they're not very common because only that game and like, I don't know, 1 or 2 other games maybe. And that's a lot of speculation and theory on Clav because like the whole Journey debate and stuff, but there aren't many games. That might be the only game that used this 8-way joystick. And with the Midway ones, the whole base is welded together. It's like 3 pieces, and so it's not an easy little conversion. And it's with 4 ways it's kind of like a diamond shape, and with 8 ways it's a square. And so what I had done, I couldn't find. I had put out a search on Clav, the like total failure of a wanted to buy thread, and no one really got back to me. But I had forgotten that someone thought they had one, and I bought it, and I can't remember who it came from, but the base was right. The base had the plastic. It's got this plastic plate that has a little hole for the actuator, and it was square. Oh, there you go, Dave. Thank you.
Well, I was trying to do it. I like visual aids, and I'm like, I think there's one.
So Dave, if you flip it up, the bottom, there you go, towards us.
Around.
There you go. See that red plastic piece? So this base had the right square hole, had the right the right plate, that red piece there, but the top was wrong. The top still had the 4-way. So I'm like, I still can't use this. And so what I ended up doing was I took a Dremel and cut out a square, made a nice square, filed it down, rounded out the corners, and it's perfect. So I'm like, well, Carrie, we can do the same thing with yours because you want to play all the 8-way games. Yeah, you lick that.
I don't think
good that you're vaccinated. Just saying.
I am. But wait, I shouldn't have done that.
Indeed.
It came out of this and into my tongue. I'm like, I don't even know where I got this from.
So I did the same thing with Carrie's, but I had forgotten that I had originally found that that lower part with the square piece. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
With the square version of that, not the diamond, but yeah, you can't tell by looking at it that way because of the actuator. But anyways, so I get home and she's like, yeah, I played some games, but something felt off with the joystick. I'm like, well, I think I did everything because it's been 3 years since I did that with mine. And so I open up the control panel for my Gap Plus and I look, and I'm like, sure enough, there's the proper plate. So I'm like, well, wait a second, hers is a diamond. We can just drill 2 holes, angle it so that it is a square, and I've already cut out a square shape in that bottom plate, so it just plop it in there and it should just do the same trick. So more modding. I mean, that thing's already modded enough because we had to, because she bought the multi control panel for Miss Pac-Man that has the extra button holes, so that she can play the BitKit stuff that require 2 buttons. It's a beautiful control panel, but didn't didn't notice the fine print that says for Wicco joysticks, and so the big fat Midway joystick doesn't fit that way because the buttons are in the way. So we just went like this, and I drilled more holes in the control panel, and I barely made it in there. But since it's an 8-way. Well, I guess it wouldn't matter for a 4-way either. It still functions the same way, but so we're modding the fuck out of that.
Oh, I know. Yeah, and I don't know what I'm going to do about covering up the holes. Like, because I know that like the cheap version would be put the little stickers on, but I'm like, part of me is like, if I got another CPO, then I could cut out the right color and put it on there, and it would be a little more seamless. But I don't want to spend CPO money, right, to get little bitty squares. So I don't know. I haven't decided yet. There's no emergency though. There's no emergency.
You might be able to, you know what you could do, well, I don't know if that'll work so well, but your original control panel has a CPO on it. Magic Eraser that shit? No?
I don't think so. I looked at it. It's real rough. And then I would also have to try to get it off, or at least enough of it. I wouldn't have to get a lot of it off, but I'd have to get enough to cover 4 holes where it could lay flat. I just don't think that's going to happen. And it's just so, it's so rough. But yeah, I was thinking the same thing. Hey, Mark, it's good to see you.
Hey,
how you doing, Mark?
Carrie.
Yep.
I just got off work.
Holy shit!
Oh shit!
Yeah, so
short day.
I'm beat, but I'm like, I haven't been on in a while. And it's like I miss you guys. So,
well, we miss you. It was weird to try to do the intro, but I think I kind of got it out there.
Covered all the bases.
I'm glad you're here. I just can't masturbate without the, wait, hold on. Wait,
what were we talking about?
Wow.
Wow.
What's new with you, Mark?
I have something I want to share with Carrie, and everybody, but something
right,
Carrie I think might
get
find
a beverage.
Fun. So, if you guys want to hear this, so I got this food hack that I saw on TikTok, but I thought of Carrie when I got this.
Oh,
so
I'm intrigued.
On Amazon, I know this will probably sell out after I show
I'm going to
this.
spotlight you.
Okay, on Amazon, do you remember when we talked about when you're all drunk and shit and you're going, I have a craving for Kraft macaroni and cheese.
Oh, God, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Yep.
Well, I saw this TikTok on this product that you can buy on Amazon. It's called Big Daddy Mac Mix. And what it is
green.
I've already used a lot of it. It's powder. It's just the powder
of the
God. Cheese sauce.
Oh, fake cheese powder. That's the best.
Fake cheese powder. And so you can make how much you want to make and how much you want to eat.
Fuck.
This sounds dangerous.
Where was that shit during my college days?
So get this.
And you could put on like popcorn and things.
That's what I was getting there. Popcorn is amazing. Okay. So what it is if you what the recipe calls for usually is for every cup of elbow macaroni is about a third cup of this stuff, or a little more if you want it a little cheesier, like I do. And then you just put in your butter and milk like you would for Kraft macaroni and cheese, and just whisk it in a bowl and add it to your noodles, and it's.
Oh my God, that's a mouthgasm. God,
you notice it's almost gone.
Yeah. Now, how expensive is that?
It's like $11, $12.
Yeah. Is that, do you find it, Leo?
I was just looking at I wanted to buy it
I think it's like $12.
Our fans buy them out,
It lasts a while though. I've had this for a couple months.
It's a big tube,
Yeah.
That might be worthy of like a cheat day.
On popcorn alone, it's worth getting. If you like cheese corn, because you can make it as cheesy as you want. You just put it all over your popcorn and toss it with some, salad things.
Is that Big Daddy lines I see on your desk there?
Yeah,
I know.
You can snort it.
Exactly. Cheesy.
Cheesy. So anyway, get your Big Daddy Mac Mix. It's not a sponsor of today's show, but
not yet.
This is good when you're like had a lot of beers and like it's a Saturday and you're like, oh, I want some mac and cheese. You can make it really quick,
That sounds fucking good
you can
right
make
now.
as much as you want. If you're not limited to one box of Kraft. You can make whatever you want to make. So anyway, that's my share and tell today.
One box is always like the perfect amount too.
Yeah, so that's why one cup is about almost the same as what is in a Kraft box.
All right, I'll be right back.
I just want to know how is it that what were you searching for that led you to find that?
Well, I follow
that's right. You said it was a TikTok. Yeah.
On TikTok, I follow some foodie things, like cool recipes and stuff. And someone goes, "If you like mac and cheese, you gotta get this
mac and cheese extreme.
Watch what you can do, and you can put it on popcorn." Some people, what they do is they make the sauce with it, like they in a bowl they'll put the powder and the butter and the milk, and they stir it up, put a little salt and pepper, and then they pour it over vegetables, so it's like a cheese sauce like you used to get from remember the old Green Giant cheese sauce crap?
Oh yeah. over like.
So if you don't want to eat your vegetables, you want cheese sauce. There you go.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Nothing better than frozen Brussels sprouts with the green sauce.
I like Time Runner over there shaking his head. Just eat your vegetables, you fuck.
I need a beverage. I'll be right back.
Nice.
But anyway, I thought that was
that is good. No, absolutely. That is. Ooh.
So go order your powder.
Who are you? Are you Mock Magic Man on TikTok?
Yeah.
Okay.
So
yeah.
I'm on there. Are we all on TikTok? Are we sharing our TikTok?
I'm not on TikTok. It's not for me.
I'm on TikTok.
I thought so too. It wasn't for me. Then I started getting addicted to it.
Yeah. So Mock, I'm Space Time Junction on TikTok.
Oh, okay. We'll have to hook up.
I will see you there.
Okay.
I bought an Oculus Quest and it came this past week.
Oh, awesome!
Oh, sorry, Quest 2.
Quest 2, right?
Yeah.
Did you hear about the AirLink feature?
No. What's that?
Oh, it just came out like 3-4 days ago.
Okay.
So check your Oculus should probably have an auto update in it. Just make sure that the software on your computer is updated to 28. Mm-hmm. And if it isn't, just say auto update or update.
Right.
And check that the headset is at 28. So what it can do is if you're sitting next to your router, you can play any of the games that run on your computer, like the high end ones like Half-Life Alyx or Star Wars Squadrons. You can play them wirelessly now.
Ooh.
They stream to the headset.
Nice. Yeah. Oh, that's really good.
So you're not limited to what you're connected to anymore.
Right.
And I hardly saw any lag or any hiccuping really. It worked really good for me. And and speaking of which, I updated my headset to a new hold on.
Wait, now I have to buy something new?
Yeah, right.
No, you missed a cool new feature of your headset that you haven't used yet.
Oh yeah.
Damn.
I did overhear part of the streaming directly to, but is that you don't have to be corded? Was that?
Yeah. There's a new update. So let me turn off my background.
Sorry, everyone. I wasn't here.
That's all right.
I'm that guy.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so I have a new headset. I used to have this one here.
What is happening?
Oh, that's the one I still have in a box that's unopened.
Oh, really? Okay, so this one is great. This one's even better because this is based off the PlayStation one, where everybody says this is the best rig because it doesn't put pressure on your eyeballs around your eyes. The pressure all goes on your head and it's balanced right here. If you notice my fingers here, it's balanced.
Right. That's
so it sits like a hat instead of like on your eyeballs. Because when you cinch this down on the other one, it's cinching to your face.
Right.
So
it's
it won't
pushing
move.
this, compressing this in. Yeah.
So this one is here. I'll show
wow, that looks fancy.
It does. It kind of
do you see like the people? Does he see the aliens, like the people that are monsters or skeletons, like in was
it?
Nice.
Wow.
They live.
They live.
It does cinch the same in the back, but it's cinching your forehead and the back of your head. This more sits in the back of your head. This rig is $30.
I was expecting like 150.
Yeah,
I'm like, God damn it.
Cheap. Yeah. But this is a 3D printed thing that Keith came up with this to put the headphones in because it doesn't have a headphone jack. So that's why it's $30.
I will talk to Keith because I bought a 3D printer recently. Nice.
Oh, okay. So he could even probably print them for you. He's doing some extras because for anybody that might do this. So yeah, these little clips and these little headphones are like $12 or something on Amazon. And they just plug in like the other ones did. But I'm loving this so far. And now it's wireless and it's a little lighter. Yeah,
I'm all about the wireless thing. Yeah, because I was like, man, how am I? And my new computer has. I was like, well, my new computer has all these USB-C ports, so maybe. But man, I don't like the idea of being tethered.
Yeah,
but
Half-Life Alyx is a AAA title, which pushes a lot of graphics and stuff. and it plays just like if I'm wired in. So I don't see any difference.
Sweet.
So yeah, as long as you have a decent speed router. I'm using my router is the Google Mesh Network, and I bought that when Carrie got it. So it works on Carrie. So if you have anything close to that, it should work fine.
Well, being in an apartment, I'm like no more than like 8 feet from my router at all.
Yeah, it should work fine. Yeah. So Leo, what games did you get for it? Did you get Super Hot?
Yep. So I had Super Hot I had the PlayStation VR, that Robo Recall, and the Fortnite ripoff. The name is Escape.
Oh, the last one or something like that, or Last Standing, or I forget, something like that.
Yeah.
That's kind of fun.
It is. Yeah. We played a couple of.
What was the name of the first game? It's something hot.
Super Hot.
Super Hot.
It's hot. Super. Oh.
It's a first person shooter, but what I like about it, if you don't move, the characters around you won't move either. So if you move like slowly, you can kind of like, it all just kind of puts you in a situation. You have like limited weapons, so you have to like, if you just kind of like even move your head, they'll kind of move. Yeah, it's a little bit of a puzzly. It's not just a straight like, get the most powerful gun, start blasting people. It's like you have a gun with like a couple of bullets, and
it puts you in action situations that you see in a movie. Like it'll warp you to like you're on board an airplane and there's seats, and like you can see you have one gun and maybe an ashtray. So you got to make a decision: throw the ashtray at that guy, shoot that guy, dodge that bullet, throw your gun at the other guy, or whatever. It's like you have to decide. But if you start to freak out, freeze, and everything almost goes to a crawl.
It'll come to a stop. Yeah, which is interesting. Yeah, and it's all like it's block thing, but I like it a lot. I've played it a couple of years ago, Peg. I love that game. So
that's a high recommend. Keith showed me a game that's sort of like that, but it doesn't have the freeze feature. It's when you're traveling forward and you shoot to the beat of the music. So it's sort of like a mix of
Beat Saber,
but with guns. It's Beat Saber with guns. That's what it is.
That sounds addicting. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, let me find out the name of that one, because that one's real popular.
Yep.
And let me see if I can find that one. Let me see. Go to
you need like a techno beat.
Yeah, it's really cool. Let's see. Robo Recall is awesome. Oh, Pistol Whip, I think it's called.
Oh, okay.
Check out Pistol Whip. $24.
Pistol Whip. Oh.
Yeah. Who else here has a VR setup?
I do, but it's a Virgin setup. It's going to be
cheap. Get the cheap one.
It's going to bust out.
Yeah. They're like a couple $100 now. It's so cheap. My first Oculus, 500 bones.
Yeah, I think it's $199 or $299. Yeah.
Just get the $199, and because all it is for the only difference is more space.
Right.
It's the same exact headset. So
that's why I got the lower one, because I'm like, how the fuck am I gonna have more than 64 gigs of games on this at any one time?
And if it's wireless, you just keep them on your computer anyway. So who cares?
Good point.
Yeah. Yeah.
So get the cheap $200 one, Mark. You won't regret it. It's super fun.
Yeah, I'm actually really excited to try out games and stuff once my computer's done. I actually just put the coolant in it today, and tomorrow will be its first.
Scary when I was watching you do that, the tubing and stuff. I was like, because I have at my work I have a liquid cooled one, but it's all self-contained. Mm-hmm. Yours is like tubes and shit you're plugging in. I'm like,
I've ran all-in-one coolers. What you're talking about is an all-in-one cooler for like your CPU, and everything's factory sealed in there, and there's really no maintenance. But when I was teetering, I'm like, I really kind of want to do a custom loop, because I'd like to have my graphics card in there too, and it seems like a fun thing. And I could have went either way, because this is a workstation, but I'm like, I kind of want to give this a shot. And I didn't go into like the rigid tubing, because I need to be able to pull drives and stuff. But I have to say, like I haven't had one single drop or leak or whatever, but the way that these compression fittings and stuff work is amazing. Like it makes it almost foolproof for like you really have to pull on that, because it's first clamped onto this barb fitting, and that holds the wire on there. and then or it holds the tube on there, and then the compression fitting goes around that, so you can't pull it off. But
aren't you afraid of like 5 years or 6 years from now, if it starts to split where it's connected, that it might drip and land on your $1,000? How expensive is your graphics card? Is it $1,000, $2,000?
$1,800. I know. that was my backup, because I was gonna get I wanted a 3080, and that's still like an $800 and $900 card. But the thing is that where the stuff is and how it's sealed in, I mean, the one thing that's different, I will say this, is that you have to kind of keep tabs on it. Like, you're supposed to replace the coolant once a year, which isn't that big of a deal, because it's really easy, because I've flushed everything out of it. When I did the leak test, it had a cleaner solution in there, and with the drain valve and stuff, it's real easy to flush everything out. And so I'm getting more and more confident the more I go through with this, and that was kind of part of it. I wanted to learn, just for shits. Plus, it's really quiet. That motor is super quiet.
Yeah, well, liquid cool. That's the plus of liquid cool PCs, is they're super quiet. And they do a really amazing job. I'm gonna be curious what temperatures I get and stuff, because tomorrow I'm hoping I got all the cable management worked out and finished, which took me like 8 hours to do, because it's just so much. Yeah, I hate cable.
And then
but you gotta get little mini zip ties and all that shit.
I went through a shit. I don't know if you saw my Slack post. I went through a ton.
I saw a lot of your pictures, but
yeah. So tomorrow I'm hoping to fire it up completely. I've already powered the motherboard and everything up to test it, but I'm looking forward to tomorrow to checking out the temperatures and stuff, and then I can start installing Windows. And
are you doing like any like colored crap in it? You know, like your memory have lights in it and stuff.
Every fucking thing has an addressable RGB in it, but I'm
even
just going
even
with
the fans.
Every fan.
Oh my god, that's a lot of wiring.
Yeah. Oh, here. Let me share this picture. Yeah.
So I'll show you my PC. Look how colorful it is. It's look at the keyboard.
It's a Let's see here. Oh, here. There. All of these are for fans. Like, all of these white cables, these are fans. The RGB and the power. This is before I even added the power cables that go to the power supply. And
oh my god!
And this is a little fan hub up here, and
the fans have a hub for power and another hub for just the LED side of things.
So that was like stage one, because then yesterday I had to add the power supply and let's see here. Oh, that's me taking pictures of my joystick for Carrie. There, that's after the power supply is in there.
Not dirty, not the dirty kind.
Yeah.
I want to see pictures of powdered cheese
all over that.
Joysticks
all over the computer.
But yeah, so I'm excited to what I'm gonna do though is the way the color scheme on this, I've been going, it's kind of like a grayscale thing where I've got, it's black, white, and gray, and so with the fans and all of those even the water block for my graphics card, for my CPU, and the pump, the reservoir itself, all have RGB as well, and I'm just gonna set them all to white. So
you're gonna set everything to white.
Yeah, I want it to look
That's
clean.
Boring.
It's not Gak's computer.
Mine is also white. I mean, I highly recommend the white. I mean, come on, you can't go wrong with white. Although I do recommend an evil mode if you're like in a
red
in a weird place.
Well, everything's linked up to was it Asus Aura or whatever they call it,
right?
Where it's just a software thing and boop boop. Yeah.
Hello. Can you hear me?
Yep.
What?
I can hear you.
I'm switching to my snowball here.
Huh?
Hello.
Yeah. So I'm looking forward to that because I want to get this for a variety. supposed to get my new desk. Like that's the thing. Like I can start installing software and get it all done, or as much as I can. But I really don't want to swap it out with my current setup until my new desk arrives, because that's going to be a big overhaul of everything.
Is that the IKEA one or that curved one or whatever?
It's that. It's called Infinity Max, I think, is what it's called. Yeah, it's made by Turismo or something like that.
Does it go up and down so you can stand and shit if you want?
It does not, because I thought about getting one of the adjustable standing desks, but I'm like, I don't stand when I'm doing stuff. I really don't. And then the other thing is stability. All the ones that had like the fancy motor and stuff. Most of the complaints that I got off all those is that they can be a little bit wobbly, but that's not for me.
Yeah, I have it at my work. That's a standard now. Is everybody gets
and a treadmill? Wow.
Yeah, right.
No treadmill.
The trick is, if the treadmill powers the computer, so you actually have to walk in order to be able to, like, you surf the internet.
Am I missing something, or is it just
an hour or so? There's very little chance of hitting your head on your laptop.
I don't understand. What am I looking at? Like, I see a treadmill. Like, can you explain? Like, am I missing something, or is it just that simple? It's just a treadmill in front of the computer.
Well, it's at a standable desk. The desk can go up or down, but he keeps it up so you can stand and walk. But it's hard to type while you're walking, isn't it?
Not when you're walking like 2 miles an hour. It's not that bad.
Okay.
It's just being on the computer while you're still moving instead of sitting.
Right. Exactly.
Is this something you made, or is it something that they sell?
No, you can buy treadmills that will just fit under your desk, and then the part that you adjust is it just sits. Let me see if I can find it. It's over here. See, it just sits right here. So it's like you pick it up and then make the adjustments.
Oh, okay. Wow.
Yeah.
So funny. It's crazy. Yeah, I have a treadmill being delivered, and my wife's mad because I want to redo the floor. Like, I'm like, well, I didn't want them to bring it. We got to do the floor first because the thing's heavy. It's a commercial grade. Oh, well, not totally commercial grade, but it was expensive. I'm like, it's heavy. It's not folding that we have to. We got to do the floor because I don't want to move this fucking thing. It's like, we need it now. And I'm like, no, we don't. 2 weeks ain't gonna matter.
I thought you're doing a treadmill there to power your computer, kind of like 15 million merits. You got
that's what I didn't understand. I'm like, what am I looking at? It's pretty cool. I don't understand. I need an explanation.
Yeah, no, there's a couple really boring meetings that I have every day. And that is when I set it on like 2.5 miles an hour, and I just walk while I'm listening to the stupid meeting. And I'm like, if they ask me to chime in, I'll do it. But
don't you hate meetings that like you have nothing to say in them, and it's
a scrum, like
you just have to go to it though.
You still have to go. Exactly. Yeah, you have to. Oh yeah.
Yeah,
that's So I have some meetings like that too, where it's like I'm not really even involved. Like,
but I have to be there. Yeah.
And the worst is when like someone asks you a question, you're like, oh shit, I haven't paid attention to the past 10 minutes.
There'll be a mention of you.
Yeah, like wait, what? Yeah,
it's like a teacher.
And naturally, it's usually when I walk away. It's usually when I don't have my camera and I'm like, oh, here's a good time for me to walk away and go take a leak or something, and then I hear my name. I'm like, fuck.
Oh, then you run back.
Are you muted, Jim?
You were there.
Oh, sorry, I was on mute. I didn't hear the question. That's one of my favorite ones to say. Like, yeah.
Oh, that's always a good one.
Well, no one ever calls you. Like, wait, that's not how mute works. Like,
wait a second. Yeah,
I couldn't reach you from the toilet, so sorry.
Yeah, but I'm excited to check out some PC games and stuff because I really haven't dabbled in there into that realm and actually start using that VR set.
Yeah. So let's see. You don't like Star Trek, huh? Because Bridge Crew is a lot of fun.
Well, I like some of the shows and stuff, but
that's fun just because all of us are like sitting inside a spaceship and everybody has a role. Right. There's a captain, there's an engineer, there's a guy who what's it? What do you call a guy that not the navigator? Well, I guess you call him navigator.
Ensign?
Whoever drives the ship, and then there's the guy that does all tactical.
Helmsman.
Helms, thank you. that is so fun. Bridge Crew. That's a high recommend for me. That group of friends. You can't play it by yourself. It's only fun, but you can play it online with randos too. You know, so Keith just finally got his shit together on his computer with VR and crap. So
nice,
nice.
Population 1 is another good game too. That's the Fortnite spinoff.
Fortnite type game,
yeah. I was thinking that. Yeah,
that you can climb up buildings. If you do this in VR, you can climb any structure you can climb up.
I don't need doggy paddle.
Exactly.
Climb every mountain.
Yeah. Well, it's fun. You can if you see a guy like on a tower, you can kind of get behind him and climb up the thing, and you can like stab him from behind or whatever. Shoot him
from behind.
Yeah, you shoot him. And what's neat is everybody is pre-equipped with a squirrel suit. Is that what they're called? Right. So if you climb up a structure, you can jump off of it and put out your arms because you got your controllers, and you squirrel fly. Whee! So you can go to anywhere else, on the map. And just like a battle royale, the circle will change.
Right.
Smaller.
So you
can't
go
move if you're if you're getting in the bad zone, you got to run out of there so your health doesn't chip away. Super fun. You do have to get your VR legs or else you're going to throw up though. So some people, when you very first start playing VR, if you do movement, if you don't do the teleport movement, you can get motion sickness and it's you got to play some VR to get used to it. Otherwise it feels like being seasick. If you ever had that feeling
especially
before,
if you're not used
awful.
to it. Yeah.
It can take a day or two to get rid of it. It's that bad, but it's super fun. I recommend that one.
I made a noise like this.
Might be a little advanced. I would tell anybody to start with Beat Saber or something like that.
Right.
And then maybe Super Hot and then, go on.
Yeah. Slowly build your way up. Even I had the PlayStation one, I think it was called Job Simulator. It was really stupid. It was it's a free download, but it's actually gets you used to the mechanics and stuff too.
Yeah.
It's kind of ironically funny, which I enjoy. Oh, Mark, I meant to ask you. So you must be excited about the new Rick and Morty season coming up.
Oh yeah.
In a month or so. Yeah, I know.
I started to watch the trailer for it. I'm like, oh, it's ruining it. And I turned it off.
Nope, I don't. No spoilers. I don't want.
Yeah, I started to watch it. I'm like, that's showing me too much. I'm out.
Nope, I don't want to know anything. Yeah.
Oh, hey, Lewis.
Can you guys hear me?
Is that your 90s JVC camcorder plugged into your computer?
So
it's all messed up. I'm trying to figure it out.
He's got autofocus on. I see. No.
If anybody out there gets VR, we should set up a game, play some Bridge Crew or something like that together because that's a 4-player game and it's super fun.
Where do you so with the VR is the VR stuff separate as far as searching, because normally you just hop on Steam and look for stuff. What about, is the VR the same or do you have to look through
VR?
As far as connecting up with friends, you mean?
No, for just browsing for games
I try to buy them through. That's a good question. I like Oculus Store just because they launch faster and better through there. But Steam has better sales than the Oculus Store does. So I bought Bridge Crew for $15 when it was on sale or something. So
there is.
So Oculus has its own store.
Yes,
yes,
they do. Yeah,
and an own VR section too. You could just look at VR only if you want to. What are you gonna say, Time Runner?
Right. So I love Call of Duty. Do you think is there a VR Call of Duty that we can all
type
go
of
kill
game
each
that's
other?
like Call of Duty? There. I don't know if there is exactly.
Not something like that army focused, I would say, but there's a ton of first person shooters, just not the. I know what you mean by Call of Duty has a very specific feel to it.
What was the one game that's not Call of Duty but it's similar where you as you play and you do better, you can buy better weapons? What was that game that was based off of? I want to say it was based off Call of Duty, but I'm not sure. And they have a game that's very similar to that. That's in VR. It's sort of like Call of Duty, but it's done in a way where as you shoot people, you gain money, and then you can upgrade your gun on the at a store and fight and stuff like that. So, but I haven't played it. I just watched it on YouTube.
Hey, Mock, I had a question for you. So when you boot up, what's your go-to game for VR? If you put on your headset, what do you typically play?
VR porn.
But then 5 minutes later, what do you do after a couple minutes? What do you do after that?
And my second favorite,
you're cleaning up. Man.
Let's see. I really like what's it called? There's a shooting. See, Beat Saber's fun, and what's the other one I've been playing? Big Screen is killer. That's not really a game, but I do play that a lot with like Andrew or someone else out there, or just randos. Big Screen is where when you put on your VR set, it feels like you're sitting in a giant movie theater, and that you can't get COVID from.
Yeah.
And there's different screens you can pick. So you can pick one that feels like you're sitting in a spaceship, kind of like you look above and you can see stars flying by, like from a portal, like you're in a giant space station or spaceship flying. Or you can do like a vintage theater that has plants and curtains, but an old vintage screen curtains. Or just a modern giant theater. So that's pretty fun.
Sweet.
It is amazing how they're doing that, because I think Oculus has venues, which is like it has a lot of, you can put on your VR and watch the game in real time, and on like it's in some of like the major venues, like it's in Oracle Arena, where like you can actually watch like events or live events, or in this case sporting events, through your VR glass, and you look like you're on the front row, which is kind of like a nice little feature too. If anyone like watching sports on that too. Yeah,
you can do that. You can anything you can stream off your desktop, you can put on your big screen, so it feels like you're in a giant theater. So think of it that way. So
next time you have your Teams meeting,
you can.
Wow,
actually, they promoted
amazing.
it for that. Actually, that you could have a Teams a meeting with your friends. They even show in the demo this and pointing at stuff on the desktop. Excuse me. Let's see. Let me go look at my Oculus. Let's see. The Star Wars Vader Immortal is pretty killer. Robo Recall is probably what I play the most.
Yeah.
Robo
just because
that's my game at PAX too. Sorry.
That one, and my go-to is Half-Life Alyx. I'm playing that a lot. So that's probably my main game right now is Half-Life Alyx, but it is a campaign, so it's going to end at some point. But if you ever like the Half-Life games, did you guys ever play Half-Life back in the day?
I did, yeah.
I think is that the game
the
that
Gravity
Carrie
Gun
really likes?
and all that
I don't
shit.
remember if it's Half-Life or what the game was.
So
of course
this one is just it's so immersive, and it's kind of a good game to show people what VR is like, because you feel like you're really in the real world. Spaceships fly over. Those giant walkers will walk by.
Giant Bud Light cans.
Yeah.
Right, Dave?
Well, that's Dave's personal one. A friend of mine who loved that Myst game growing up. I guess they came out with a Myst VR, which is just like the original game, except
I heard about that.
He loved that fucking game.
Yeah,
so like this
Myst
is like
I'm
I know,
stupid.
but he he loves that game and doesn't shut the fuck up about how good. He's like, oh my,
if you're good at Myst, play it. It's great.
Exactly, you'll like
it.
Yeah, it's those puzzles are hard. That one, the Seventh Guest games and those. I was better at Seventh Guest than Myst.
I liked Seventh Guest. Yeah, I remember that game. That was
cut the cake in certain pieces.
Oh, and
each piece has to have a skull and a gravestone.
Exactly. There's 6 people, and each gets his own individual piece. Like, wait, what the fuck am I doing here? Jesus, come on.
You can't cut diagonally. Good luck.
You know what game I thought trippy in VR would be a game like Portal or something like that.
Oh, I might get sick playing that.
Yeah.
So I've been telling people to get this awesome relaxation app. It's free. It's on Steam. It's called Cosmic Flow.
Okay.
And what it is, it's the most amazing colorful kaleidoscope in outer space. And you sit and you watch it. It has this really relaxing music, and its goal is just to relax you in like 5 minutes. And I'm telling you, it works. Let me see if I can find a
Cosmic Flow. All right.
You're sleeping better than ever.
I can tell. Yeah, God, yep.
Is that a Steam thing?
Yeah.
I can tell a funny story. So when I was playing the Oculus at PAX, playing Super Hot, one of the things it's very immersive. So you kind of like duck behind things to kind of avoid people. And I was ducking behind a table, and I had forgotten I was playing VR, and I put my hand on the table that was in front of me to kind of like boost myself up, and I just kind of like face planted on, like, oh fuck, I felt like I needed, because I was just kind of like, okay, let me get up, and like, oh, and like, and like, it's the worst thing when you put your hand, like, it's like the step that you don't know is there, or you think there's there. So you like you put your foot like, oh,
and then
there's
you
going to
want
be a
to fall
step here.
forward. Yeah.
Yeah, but like I put my hand where
All
I
right.
thought the table was, and again, my in the VR perfectly on the table, but there was no fucking table in real life. So yeah.
I mean, have you ever hit like I've hit this thing so many times, like you know, when I'm playing like with a gun. Oh, here's Cosmic Flow. Yeah, Jim posted it. So it's hard. It doesn't have the same effect when it's not in VR, but imagine this all around you.
Right.
Okay.
One thing you can't tell from the 2D video, maybe you can.
Oh, I can. I'll just mute it.
Super chop.
Yeah.
So it doesn't. I don't know if it's going to do it here, but this pattern is slowly always changing and changing shapes and colors.
You can definitely see the colors. Yeah, absolutely.
And the stars go by you, and it has this really relaxing music. But if you jump ahead a little bit, Jim, you'll see a change of what kind of thing.
And I'm sure if you might be, you know what
I mean? It's just
under the influence or something. Yeah, exactly.
It's so beautiful.
This beer is so weird.
This does not give it justice at all, but put on your VR goggles. It's so amazing.
Is Space Flow you said, or
it's called Cosmic Flow? It's free.
Cosmic Flow.
It's a free app on
I'll take
Steam.
a look at that. Yeah.
But it's just so amazing. That one is cool, and also the Richie's plank experience. Have you done that one with a plank where you're up really high on a building?
There, you finally stopped moving around so damn much.
I have not done that one, but I'll have to check. I've done some of the ones, the high up ones. I did there was a like you walk across a barbed wire, which I did not. I did not like that at all.
Yeah, I'll bet this is awesome on the headset.
VR, it's so cool.
It is. Watching that makes me hungry. I want some mac and cheese.
I know.
I'm hungry.
You will buy our product. Buy our product. Yeah.
And the thing that amazes me about the VR is how good it is now, and this is like the second version of it. Like when Oculus Quest 2, like the Oculus Quest 10 is going to be like
it'll be little contacts you put in your eyes.
Exactly.
Yeah, it'll be like Black Mirror.
I was gonna say it's gonna be like the Black Mirror, the Tekken game, or the fighting game that they did for that in the last season. I think the last season they released. Yeah.
What happened to Black Mirror? It just like dropped off the planet.
I think like everything they did the season, they did the movie, and then they just I think they kind of shut down for a while.
Isn't that weird?
Yeah,
it's such a popular show.
Oh,
yeah,
I know.
I think I would imagine. Well, I could probably Google it. I guess I don't know. Black.
Well, I mean, not a lot of new Netflix shows haven't come out. Like even even like Stranger Things or some of the other ones.
I know COVID fucked stuff up, but still, I mean,
I guess there's no news about Black Mirror season.
We only got like 3 or 4 episodes in that season, though. What kind of season is that?
I know.
It's like a Cartoon Network Adult Swim season.
No, it's like a BBC show where there's like 3 episodes and they're all like feature length.
Oh shit! I'm looking. So in May 2020, a broker who was the creator questioned whether the public mood would suit a 6th season of Black Mirror. He said they had been working on more comedic projects. No. We want Black Mirror, goddammit. Come on.
I also want the next season of fucking American Horror Story to drop.
Oh, I know.
I'm waiting forever for that too.
The last one was
that was the slasher.
Witches?
That was summer of 80. Wasn't that summer?
Oh
of
yeah,
84? Or not summer of 84.
Yeah,
summer
84.
Whatever it was
1984. Yeah, that was because it was
So
the
good.
16 one. Then it was the witches and the
Apocalypse
Warlocks.
or whatever.
Yeah, Apocalypse, and then you're right. The 84 one. I forgot about that one. That was a good one too.
Hey, Jim, could you? Oh, sorry.
So on HBO Max, there's a show called Made for Love. That's kind of a Black Mirror type show. It's only about 8 episodes.
Made for Love. I don't see.
Yeah, it's like Black Mirror. The cheap Black Mirror that you get on HBO.
Black Mirror discount. Yeah.
Right. But it's good. It's good.
Okay.
And the girl that was in that Star Trek episode, that was downloaded into the thing.
Oh, yeah, I know what you're talking about. I know what series that is.
She's the main character on this.
Yeah,
so.
the How I Met Your Mother.
yeah, right. Exactly.
Jim, could you click on Half-Life Alyx real quick? I just want to show it to everybody really quick what it looks like in VR.
Let's see here.
This is a must-buy game if you have a Quest 2. Trust me.
Okay.
This one. Just jump around a few sections of it so you can see what the graphics look like.
Not bad.
So it starts you on a ledge, and you can throw things down at people down below and stuff too. It's not this choppy when you play. It's just Jim streaming. It looks like this. You see the walker going? It walks over your head and walks on some of the buildings there. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So if you move ahead a little bit, yeah, there's just kind of cool environments. Everything looks real.
Yeah,
it is so good. But you do have to have a kind of a decent graphics card. You can't have a potato.
right.
So I don't think Gak's machine would run this. But his iPad won't run it. But it is really cool.
Nice.
Yeah. What's cool too is everything is interactive too. Like you can move aside like those creatures on the ceiling. You see them?
Oh, I thought that was a light. Damn.
The thing, yeah, you see those creatures. The gun is you actually have to put the clip in the bottom of it and pull the stock back. So it's like real gun physics and shit.
That's
you can see his clip has.
Yep.
Has you can see how many. Oh, he got caught. Now he's going to shoot it. Now see if he clicks out of his clip. Oh, he jumped ahead. There's a puzzle. It's a puzzle game. You have to do little puzzles. They're pretty easy, but look at the creatures inside the tank there. Those little brain creatures. It's really cool. Really weird alien technology, and yeah, that's a AAA title right there.
Great.
Super
Half-Life
fun.
Alex.
Yeah, Half-Life Alex. Mock recommends.
Good to know. And Dave, you know what they
recommend corner.
Yeah.
You know what, Dave? Do you know what game they have for the Oculus as well too?
No, I do not. Like me.
Poker Stars.
So it could be like sitting in the
people.
room.
You can play against people.
But you can't cheat like he does. No,
well, you can throw.
You can actually see how many Bud Lights he has in front of him.
Well, no, the screen's not that big. It doesn't have that many graphics. But those things you throw at people in the game, you can actually throw them at people if they're playing against them.
God.
Yeah.
Well, I think it would just be me and you playing that, Leo. I would have to get to our crew.
But they have probably online play, I bet.
They do, yeah.
Don't worry, Dave. Me and Carrie are planning on crashing your poker party one of these.
Oh God, you missed an epic Bardelli.
Oh, he tried to get me to join. He sent me like 2 emails, and it was Saturday night, I think.
So wait, which Bardelli story are you talking about? Because there's
the one I told you last week when
that's
you
what
left.
I thought about. Yep.
Oh my God, he was just epic, hilarious, drunk. It started off with he goes, I know you guys are going to think I'm weird, but the pole position female prepare to qualify kind of gets me excited. Like the voice. And then it turned in if I bought a sex, and then if I bought a sex robot, I would want that voice on it. And then it's I can't
all distorted too.
Right, and
exactly.
Didn't one of our Atari guests talk about the like that was?
It was just like some secretary or some lady.
Yeah, that's what I remember. It was I'm pretty sure.
Yes, that's right. Yeah, there was. Yeah, she did the voice. I remember that. Yeah. But it was so funny because I know you guys are gonna think I'm weird, but and I'm like, well, I kind of agree with you in a little way.
He's got the raspy thing. That's all I can
it's
think of.
It's never a normal conversation after somebody says that. Yeah.
It morphed in. I don't think I've laughed. I'll have to tell you off air because I can't. It morphed.
Can I put it on loop and put it in my VR porn?
It morphed into something that I could not believe. We were just.
This was the late game because I remember I wasn't on for this one. So yeah, this was the late game on.
Yeah, he's like, Jimbo, you gotta join.
Because you were hawking. You said because when I sent the thing out, the only reason I sent on that Saturday is because Bardelli drove to pick up an Akari Warriors in North Carolina, and he was originally gonna fly down, just drive it back, and then it turned into where he went on. So he was 16 hours, and he was like, "Hey, can we play tonight?" I'm like, "Well, let's do it tomorrow." I'm like, "Well, all right." Text me when you get home, and I could probably play a little. So we had like an impromptu. But I literally sent out an email that day. All right, the game is Sunday, and I love Jim's response when I sent that. He goes, "Lies," because I said, "Oh, we're gonna have a quick one on Saturday." Too.
Well, again, we did play on Saturday, so he was right about that.
No, it's like it was an email. It's like. Poker will be. He sent this is the first email that poker will be on Sunday, not Saturday. I'm like, okay, and then like it feels like not even an hour goes by. It's like
it was like
quick
6 hours.
turbo game. Yeah,
exactly.
Quick fast game. Starting in whatever. So I just respond
tonight.
Lies.
Yeah, which turned into 3 fast games because he sucked me in, and then my wife's like, "You're not. What are you going down there?" I go, "Well, that was just the impromptu game. The actual scheduled game is Sunday."
Which I'm sure she loved that answer. Yeah, exactly. No, this was just an extra. This was not the one we have planned for tomorrow night. Yeah.
Oh, here's his his first response from my email was, "It's my fault. Just drove 16 hours for a dedicated Akari. I needed to chat." And then he sent one not long after that where he's like, I can't find it, but he's like, I could just hear his voice. He's like, "Jimbo, get in here." This is like he's like, well, I'll pay for you to play or whatever. Yeah, it's just, that was fun. That was funny.
So what time did you guys end on Monday morning ish, Dave? Because I left after the second game, I believe.
It wasn't that late because we were doing turbo. I think we were done by midnight. 12.
Oh wow, that's early for you.
Yeah, because I sped it up because I'm like I had something to do Monday morning and they were begging for a 4th game.
And Adam didn't spill anything on his computer, so he didn't ruin his computer.
Oh, that was hilarious. Yeah, Adam spilled like a beer on his work computer. Then it was.
Whoops.
But they don't have the references, so we can't.
Did you pick From Beyond or whatever from last Saturday?
Yeah, and I wasn't there for it. I was passed out on the couch. Oh my god! I went to a horrible concert that was just awful. Out of
music
key.
Concert?
It was, huh?
You went to like a live music show?
It was a tailgate concert, so you sit behind your car.
Like a drive-in movie, kind of like.
Yeah, and they stagger the car parking spaces.
I'm gonna get a drink, but keep talking.
Yes,
concerts are great, but yeah, Jim. All the both RoboCop and From Beyond were my choices, and did you watch From Beyond?
I think Jim was.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Good.
Have you seen it before?
I was like, I'll hang around here for a second.
Well, here I gotta go get a drink too. So why don't we come back?
All right, let's reconvene.
I'm gonna call in a night too. It's a little late.
Oh, fuck off, Leo.
I'm sorry.
No, Leo.
Right,
Talk to y'all.
Without you,
All right.
you.
Good seeing y'all.
Easy.
Toodaloo. Au revoir.
Hey, well, they step away.
Ciao.
I'm not on the YouTube, but Jim posted that Alan on the asked if for Funhouse for the bulbs if I had tried LEDs with the rubber bulb covers. So I tried I don't have all the right colors, but I have a red bulb. I think it's the red bulb cover that I put on in one of the incandescents, and that's kind of my maybe the bulb is just so close and the bulb cover is just a little too big, but I'm curious, although now I'll have to pop over to the YouTube chat, if I popped onto Marco's site and I didn't see anything but like normal silicon bulb covers, like all the LEDs I have are shorties, they're not real tall. So the silicon covers I saw on Marcos looks like they would be like way too big for that. Although I guess I could take one and cut it down.
Did you paint it?
Yeah, it was like maybe, yeah. And I don't have. It's like anything at this point I have to buy because I don't have anything. Like I don't have paint. I mean. Nail polish would like kill it. Right? Like that'd be way too thick, I would think. Although maybe not.
Well, you have white bulbs, but you don't have the colored bulbs?
Yeah, so I have for the right now it has LEDs in it and they're too strong. And they're the little they're the wedge bulbs, not the bayonets.
Right.
And So then I put in the incandescent, but it really washes it out. So I tried the incandescent with the bulb cover on it, which I like the color of, but it just is really close to the bumper, to the plastic bumper.
You got some red and blue that you're trying to put in there?
So I only have red. I mean, I have a blue LED that came with it, but it looks like an LED. I see
you're trying to get a red or a blue incandescent in there. Is what you're trying to do.
Yeah, I think it's the blue.
Poor man's version. Get a red and blue Sharpie and color it.
Yeah, I was thinking of like if there was something to do to color like a white LED. Yeah. I mean, because I don't need to. Yeah, well, I suppose like Sharpie. You thinking Sharpieing the incandescent? Oh.
Yeah.
That's
it's not gonna last forever, but it'll just give you what it's gonna look like.
Dip it in paint.
Yeah, I know we were just talking about that. Like,
it's dark.
Block it out.
Plasti dip it.
Yeah, or yeah.
Did you guys hear what happened to Mike's Arcade?
About the fire?
Yeah,
Tell us.
Just heard that there was a fire, but nothing else. Do you have details?
Like the whole thing, inventory, shop, all gone, pretty much.
I'm glad I didn't respond to the thread where someone was looking for like a super punch out 5-way joystick and like the duck to pull sticker. I was just gonna be like, Mike's Arcade.
Oh no.
Whoop.
Oh, that's too bad.
Fuck, that's a bummer.
Awful.
Do they know what caused it?
No. I mean, obviously some kind of fire, but not sure on source. So
yeah.
Hopefully,
was it an electrical
insurance.
fire? Was it a soldering iron not taken care of?
Right.
Something awful like
Jeez.
that.
Oh.
Wow.
Jack was soldering over there.
It kind of doesn't matter, it's like it's gone.
It's all fucked.
Sucks.
Yeah.
Hopefully
his
his insurance is good.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that blows. Oh, poor guy.
Has anybody else like burned a house or anything else? I could say I burned my kitchen once.
I've burned a couple houses, but no big.
Right. I know. Ian Arnold.
Not trying to flex.
Yeah.
5 or 6 times.
Wait, is Orange up here? I did 5 houses. How many years?
I'll get him on here. Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah, where are you, Orange Whip?
Yep.
Yeah.
I've seen you forever.
No, it would be like, you think that's bad? Well, my buddy's got 3 warehouses that I'll burn down.
Oh my god. Well,
Anyway, get in here.
Anyway,
Ian
From
Kellogg
Beyond.
is
Did you
out
like that
there.
one, Jim? Did you enjoy it?
Yeah, that was I was like, right away. I think Andrew too. He was like, who the lead? Where have I seen? And right away, I'm like, Reanimator. And then,
Yeah.
But
that's that
but
guy.
he was also in, I guess, Deep Space Nine. But yeah, it was good.
And,
it was just so bizarre and what a
Frighteners
slime.
too. He was the detective in Frighteners.
Yeah,
FBI
but what a great slime fest and the practical
effects galore.
Holy shit, was that? Yeah, and a ton. Like it stands up almost to The Thing. But I had to double look and be like, this is Empire Pictures. That's a Charles Band. That was before Full Moon. He made that. Holy fuck.
Yeah, it might have been. So you guys haven't seen From Beyond, that one?
Carrie watched it.
It's a horror movie. Oh, okay. So I just like the concept of it, that they have these tuning forks that are connected to this big machine, and it vibrates at a certain frequency that stimulates your hypothalamus or something in your brain, which is your
pineal gland.
Pineal gland, which is like your pleasure center and all this other stuff. So people start to get turned on when they turn the machine on. They're all, oh. But also it taps into another dimension where there's like these creatures that can bite you and attack you. So the concept of it is that crazy people that are on the street that are talking to things or running from creatures or what think they're creatures that are attacking them, that there's something weird in their brain that they can tap in and see that dimension and be scared of, like, of things and stuff. So anyway, that's kind of the idea of the movie, is that the scientist turns on the machine and this monster swallows his head, but I guess the monster takes on the traits of memories from his brain, because he was talking like the scientist and stuff, and he had his memories and everything. It's just a weird movie. Really slimy and sex.
They love
a lot of
and very red.
Very red lights, because it's pink lights when the machine's on. I like the little swimmy.
Oh yeah, they look like it looks like an eel or something. Yeah,
eels in it, stuff. And there's a lot of puppetry in it. It's
What
a
year
lot
was
of
this,
practical
man?
effects.
And
The pineal
mutated
gland thing
pineal gland that like pops out
pops out of his head.
pretty phallic-y.
Because the machine's on too long. So if the machine's on, it makes the pineal gland get bigger and bigger. And if you keep the machine on too long, it pokes its head out of your brain. And it's
it looks it's so obviously looks like a dick.
Oh my god, that movie's out of control. So yeah, From Beyond. That's a really good practical effect.
And I've heard, I had never seen it before, but I've seen clips of it. I've seen it referenced. It's been referenced so many times that I'm like, oh, I need to watch this. Yeah.
So I got home at 10 o'clock. I sat down on my couch. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go join the crew and watch whatever's left. I'm just gonna lay here for just a second. That was it. I woke up at like 2 o'clock. I'm like, no.
Well,
I missed it.
And I missed it just was too early, and I couldn't make it. I forgot something came up kind of last minute.
RoboCop.
I couldn't make the From Beyond. I came in for the last probably 10 minutes. But I watched. I'd never seen RoboCop. So that
you haven't?
No. So that was
fun. Movie?
It was a fun movie, and I thought I had. Like I just assumed that I had seen it. How can you not see RoboCop? Right? Yeah. It's totally a classic. But so that was fun to realize.
Clarence Boddicker is such a good bad guy, isn't he? Can you fly, Bobby boy?
Yeah, like 3 minutes in, I'm like, I think I haven't seen this. I thought I had, but I think I just saw, Total Recall enough times that I thought that I'd also seen RoboCop. I don't know, and I also thought Arnold Schwarzenegger was in it, and clearly he's not. So there we go. It was,
Bitches leave.
It was fun.
I love that line.
Any special message for all the kids watching at home?
Stay out of trouble.
So that In Search of Tomorrow documentary that we crowdfunded.
I really want to watch that.
I love that they got Peter Weller. He hardly does interviews. So he talked him and the Red or whatever the guy is that played Clarence Boddicker and they got him too and Nancy Allen. So they really got a lot of killer people to interview and talk about.
Damn,
RoboCop.
I wonder if they got Ethan Hawke or Joe Dante to talk about Explorers. I just sent Andrew my re-edit of that movie. I call it a re-edit because the HD version I have is a rip from Netflix because it's so bizarre. They don't have an official Blu-ray release of that movie.
Really?
Battery exhausted.
Oh no! Yeah. I was just about to tell Lewis, like, your face is in a box, like.
So, but what I was, well, we'll see what happens there. But they never released never put out a Blu-ray version of Explorers, and I have the DVD, and the DVD is basically the theatrical cut, but they also included the two. There's two full deleted scenes. Both of them should have been in the movie. They're great.
Really?
And if you ever saw it
when I see a deleted scene that was really good, and it was like, that should have been in the movie.
Yeah. And what's even more infuriating is that if that movie's ever on cable, those scenes are in there.
Oh, they do. It's like one of those weird things.
One of those TV edits or whatever.
Like the octopus and Goonies. It's like that should have been in the movie, I think. But whatever.
So what I did was but they had it on Netflix and it's HD quality. It's like, why isn't this available anywhere else? And so I got a rip of that, and then and I sent that to Andrew, thinking that because it has those scenes in there too. That's even the best part is that both the scenes are
those
in there.
Scenes on the alien ship, or are they back when they're still figuring stuff out?
When they're still on
Earth.
Yep. Okay. And so they're in there where they should be. And I'm like, sweet. All right. So I sent it off to Andrew, but then I realized before, because we haven't watched it yet on movie night, but me and Carrie and a couple of our friends watched it, and I realized, well, what the fuck? They have the ending is edited down, and it's like the TV cut basically. And so I took my DVD, I ripped my DVD, upscaled it the best I could, and perfectly like it's seamless. Put the proper ending in there, and so I
what
then
the
I
proper
sent that
ending?
to Andrew.
What I remember is the kids leaving the ship and then later they get sent another dream, and then they're flying with that girl.
Yeah,
that he
that's
had a crush
basically
on.
it. It's very minor, but
who died of a heroin overdose, by the way.
Yeah.
There's an upper.
What's her name? Amanda.
She was in that movie with Jason. Was it Jason Patrick?
Peterson.
She was in the Can't Buy Me Love,
Thank
the
you.
blonde. Oh, Bobby, get back from college. I'm drunk.
But hey, I just looked it up. May 25th, 2021, Explorers on Blu-ray release.
Oh
no, you're pulling my leg.
Demanding.
2 cuts of the film. Apparently, I don't know the difference, but maybe your dreams are.
So what's the difference?
Quit giving me a boner.
Explorers.
So they
wrong.
I
movie
love
about 12-year-old kids.
This is true. 12-year-old boys.
Yeah.
So
River Phoenix.
the TV edit, and it's the dumbest thing ever because it's only like a 10-12 second difference, it seems like. But so when after they come back to Earth and stuff, and like, I don't know if we're gonna see the aliens again and blah blah blah. I wonder what's going on. Which, by the way, is really weird ADR. And that's a whole nother story with Joe Dante.
Did they ADR some stuff?
Yeah, because they had there was supposed to be a whole entire third act to this movie, like a whole another like half an hour to the movie. And because Paramount wanted to rush it out for the summer before it was finished. So they had to make do with what they had. If you can watch interviews with Joe Dante, and he'll be like, oh God, yeah, because we had all this stuff like planned. There was all these they had a shit ton of other footage they had already shot too, which I would love to see. So
that sucks, because I'll tell you, I saw that movie in the theater, and people next to me were pissed at that ending. They were all like, these aliens are fucking lame. You know?
I liked it. I liked Robert Picardo
because it's a big it's like the whole movie is such a slow build of like what is this? What's the answer? What is this all about? And da 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 da. And then I mean, it's supposed to be the joke, but it was like letting air out of a balloon in the theater. Everyone was just kind of like, what? Oh, man.
That movie came out 9 days after Back to the Future came out in theaters, so it was obliterated basically.
Probably.
That was the biggest thing, is that it was just like
I saw both, and I saw I think Back to the Future like 3 times in the theater too, and I saw Explorers once.
Yeah, it suffered big. It suffered kind of like some of these other cult movies like Army of Darkness and stuff, where it was just like there were other things around it that hurt, because other movies that were in the theater hurt the release. But so anyways, the big difference between I'll call it the TV cut of the ending, the bulk of it is there, but really it's only shaving off like 30 seconds total. But what happens is, after they get back and they're like, well, I wonder if we're ever going to see the aliens again, because they're in trouble, and our ship's whatever gone.
Toast. Yeah.
And so Ethan Hawke's character, Ben or whatever, is in class, and he's got that gem that's supposed to be the dream stuff that the female alien
gave him. Yeah.
And he's looking at it, and it starts shining and glowing. Well, in the TV edit, he's looking at it, and all of a sudden just cuts to them floating through a dream with a new schematic of how to something to build,
a new circuit board.
And then it's basically the credits. In the theatrical, in the full version of it, when it starts shining, everyone in the classroom, he looks up and everyone in the classroom is gone. It's just an empty classroom, and the camera pans and then reveals the Thunder Road, their spaceship, in the corner, like brand spanking new, all ready to go. And he goes up to open up the door, and that's when he realizes he's in a dream. And then it catapults everyone into space or whatever, the schematic and all that stuff. And then the other difference is that when it's not really a post credits, like a mid credit scene, but when they're going when the credits start popping up and it's doing the cast thing, it goes up to the spaceship. And in the original version and the theatrical version, Whack, who's the Robert Picardo alien, tells a joke. It's basically like, a guy goes to a psychiatrist, has a complete examination. Afterwards, the psychiatrist says to him, you know, I've given you a thorough examination. I've come to the conclusion I think you're crazy. And the guy says, well, I want a second opinion. Well, all right, I think you're ugly too. And yeah, and then it goes to the rest of the credits. But in the TV edit or whatever, when it cuts to him, it's just him laughing, and then he goes, I know you're all out there. I can feel the popcorn, you know, and that's and that's it. So they cut that and they cut that in order to save like 20 to 30 seconds of screen time. Why? Yeah, I just don't understand it. But that also made me realize, well, if there's a difference with his jokes, like I wonder how much scratch footage, like outtakes and stuff, they have of Robert Picardo just spitting off some other jokes and stuff. But
I don't know. I love the Robot Chicken take on Explorers. Did you ever see that?
Oh,
one?
I've never seen that. No.
So you know the scene in Explorers where the River Phoenix, I guess he's the smart scientist character, when he's on the computer and he creates the little marble size ball.
Oh yeah.
And then when he turns it on, and remember how it darts around the room and and stuff. Well, in Robot Chicken, it's the same exact scene, and same exact audio, but it starts going through their bodies. It's like
just kills them.
Blood's going everywhere. It's going through their heads and their bodies, and they get riddled, and they all just fall over dead.
I'll have to look that up. Well, sure enough, Mark, I see. Yeah, Explorers on Shout Factory.
Yes,
that's great because that's where I got my Wizard.
I
the
love
Wizard
Shout Factory.
Blu-ray.
Go to the website and they have a ton of free content to watch too on there.
The Wizard Blu-ray that they put out has like 4 hours of like interviews and extra content and shit.
This has a 65 hours like thing, like interview, like all this crazy stuff is going to be. Dude, let's just talk about this next week too. You know what I'm saying? Go get it.
Yeah.
Oh wait, is next week May 25th? Damn it, it's not.
Yeah, no, I got. Oh, it's on pre-order. Okay, cool. I am definitely gonna do that. I gotta look. Wow. Sweet.
Who here has HBO Max?
All right. Yeah.
Carrie and Theory.
Me. Yeah. Oh, actually, I'm legit because you're allowed to sign in. So yeah.
Okay.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, you too.
So Carrie might not care about this, but I found it entertaining. Have you guys watched the Harley Quinn show that's on there? The cartoon.
Oh, you know, Taylor suggested that I watch it, and
it
she
was
like,
so.
She said I haven't
funny.
seen it yet. She said it was really good. And
it's
she was
an
like, Jim
adult
might like it too.
Cartoon. Yeah, it's great. The only thing I don't like is the girl that does the voice of Harley Quinn. She starts the show out doing the accent, you know, oh Mr. J, you know, that kind of thing. Is it a Brooklyn accent or Jersey accent? I don't know, whatever. It's gone after the first half of the show. I don't know, maybe that's on purpose. Besides that, yeah, it's full of swears and fuck, shit, crap, all that kind of stuff. Harley Quinn will take her giant hammer and hit people in the kneecap, and their bone will pop out of their leg. People go, fuck you, bitch, you know, like that kind of thing. There's a scene in it where this mastermind guy, this villain, Harley Quinn's watching TV, and they're showing a newscast showing a battle going on between Mastermind, this little midget guy, or little person, sorry, and Wonder Woman. And Wonder Woman like does something to like hurt him, you know, throws a car at him or something. He goes, ow, you fucking cunt.
Oh, wow.
And then it's funny, the birds in the background stop and look. The audience stops and looks. And then Harley goes, see, if I was there, I could have told him, no, you got to use the word bitch. You can't say that. So
it is a little interesting fact about that show. Kaylee Cuoco.
Yeah,
from
she's
Big
the
Bang
voice.
Theory, she's the voice, and she's a producer as well.
Oh my God, really? Yeah, she's the voice of Harley Quinn. I was going to talk about that from The Big Bang Theory, the blonde,
right.
the hot girl on that show.
Right.
Yeah, she's actually, her timing and everything's really good as far as the humor in it. I've only watched about 3 episodes, but her best friend is Poison Ivy, and there's this funny scene where she's at a bar mitzvah, and all the boys are slowly turning into trees because someone stole her like essence, you know. So she's got to like mix like an antidote, and the only way to turn it back is like she's got to kiss them all, and the boys keep getting back in line and holding branches. I'm still a tree. Kiss me. So yeah, it's a cute show. Really violent, full of swears. R-rated all the way. I recommend a watch on that one.
That sounds a little bit like we just finished watching Invincible.
I haven't watched that yet. I heard it's good too.
Oh,
yeah.
It's pretty good.
Yep.
It's
I'm gonna
pretty
watch
good.
that one. Yeah. That's on my list.
Yeah, they don't pull any punches, all pun intended, on that one.
The only thing I don't like about that is that that show barely got funded. So they did a lot of time saving shit where audience, like certain scenes, hardly anything moves, and maybe just one person's mouth will move, but the person doesn't move. But when there's action, there's movement. So they save their money for the action scenes, but when people are just talking, nobody moves hardly, and just a mouth will move. It's
interesting.
Really a lot cheaper, than
you can't blame them.
Yeah, I mean, you got to do what you can do, but
yeah, and it's done really well. So
I heard it's really violent in parts too, so I'm looking forward to that.
Just a little bit,
just a teensy bit.
Yeah, and I bet that they're gonna have better money next season. I'm willing to bet, because I think it's been a huge.
It's gotten really popular. Yeah, I've been hearing a lot about it, so I'm definitely. That's like I said, it's on in my queue to watch. Now that I have HBO Max, there's so much content in there. It puts Netflix to shame.
Oh, it does.
Really? Oh my god!
It's funny,
I'm about ready to drop Netflix. That's how where I'm at with it almost.
I get to I've gotten to the point I've got out of the habit of looking at Netflix for something to watch, because how often
they don't have the movies I'm looking for?
Yeah, how often is it that
HBO Max might?
You have to, other than shows like original content, but anything that's like from a production studio or something that where you're looking for, because how many times do you go there and you're like, well, there's nothing I want to watch here.
Yeah.
Or you just Google something, you're like, where's this streaming? And it's
a lot of foreign
HBO
movies.
HBO Max or Amazon or
I was going to save this for a rant, but I'll just talk about it real quick. It pisses me fucking off. Why the fuck? Okay, did any of you guys watch in theaters? Oh, Time Runner left.
Wait, Mock's rant. Here we go.
Okay,
I'm at 4%.
When you guys when Quentin Tarantino's what was that Grindhouse movie, right?
Yeah.
And I saw that in theaters, and you got two movies that were like an hour and 20 minutes each or something. They're short, right. And it was the Planet Terror and Death Proof. Right. Did you see those movies, Jim?
No, I did not. That was one Tarantino movie I did not. I know.
You love them.
Yeah, I remember the trailers, but that's one of the few that I have not seen.
Zombie movie, I
think the last one I watched was Hateful Eight. Yeah.
So here's what pisses me off. Why the fuck, when I go to watch one of those movies that I see that Death Proof is on there, I go, the Planet Terror should be here too. No. Why not?
They separated them into two movies.
Yeah, and they separated them, and they're not even on the same service. I can't even watch both of them. Not only that, but like Kill Bill, same thing. Oh, I can watch Kill Bill 2, but I can't watch Kill Bill 1. What the fuck?
Oh, yeah, that's dumb. Yeah.
Fuck you! I mean, come on. That's like, let's put Roots on there and only put like episode 3.
We're gonna throw out Back to the Future 2, and that's it.
It's like, how'd they get here? It's like, or let's put The Stand and only put part 2.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Well, what happened
right
in part 1? I don't know. God, how they're just so fucked up. Come on.
And one thing I've noticed too. And one thing I've noticed too is, and granted, HBO Max has not been out for a very long time, but from day one, if you find something, I haven't seen anything that just it's disappeared without notifying. Like that shit pisses me off all the time, because I'll add stuff that I want to revisit on Netflix.
Oh yeah, you put it in your list. Why bother? It'll be gone, and like next time you go to your list.
I don't think Wonder Years is up there anymore. I don't think. I'm surprised Cheers is still on there.
I'm watching. Cheers. Oh, speaking of Cheers, remember I talked about that Pluto TV? They added a Cheers channel, so it's just Cheers 24 hours.
That's awesome.
So, Time Runner, do you know about Pluto TV? Have you ever gone there? It's a free.
No.
It's owned by.
My wife is interested in the Gordon Ramsay 24-hour channel. That's it. So.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, Pluto TV is, look for it in your apps for your TV, like for free apps. It's a free service. It's owned by Viacom, and they play channels that are just of one like series, like all Addams Family. So it's 24 hours Addams Family, 24 hours Love Boat, 24 hours Three's Company.
Right.
It has now Cheers. I forget what else. There's a kickboxing thing. There's so much channels in there, and it just has 3-minute commercial spots where commercials would be, maybe sometimes 2.5 or whatever they are. But it's free. It's freaking awesome.
Nice.
So
that's cool.
You get your Cheers fix, and Cheers is in HD, by the way. It's not that crappy rerun version of it that you've seen out there that's really blurry and fuzzy.
That reminds
and
me, I
horrible.
gotta
It's
finish
really
watching
clear.
that Nintendo series that's on Crackle. I keep forgetting about that because I've watched 2 episodes, I think, of that.
Yeah. So anyway, that's my rant. It's fucked that you pay for this service and you. Oh, I know another one. Wonder Woman. Remember the 70s Wonder Woman? It's missing. Yeah. It's got episode. You look at the episode list. It says episode 1, 3, 6, 8, 9. Like it doesn't show. And I read an article about this, and the reason why they do this is they want you to buy the DVDs. Nobody buys DVDs anymore. What are you doing? No. Come on. That's old.
Although I do own those
thinking.
DVDs, funny enough. But
okay, well, still though, nowadays though, it's like it's a streaming service. Put the shit on there. Come on.
Yeah, I will. Well, I just bought pre-ordered that Explorers Blu-ray, but I'll still buy. Oh yeah, Jumbo. I'm like I gotta get this done now, and I'm not even drunk.
There's so much content. We'll have to spend the entire night watching Explorers,
and I'm not even drunk. Yeah.
Now you need to buy the Big Daddy cheese powder. They can product placement.
Oh, that'd be. I'd go through that so fucking fast. That's not even like.
Yeah, I mean.
Yeah,
I just ordered another one tonight.
Like if I order that though, it's gonna be one of those things where where like I put a note on it. It's like save for this and a specific date where I'm just like I'm going all out. There is no. I don't care about health. Clearly, I'm just going to. This is gonna be a cheat.
I don't eat it every day.
This is gonna be the cheat week.
It's
for
you know what it is. It's if you're like I said, when you're drunk and there's like not really anything.
Oh man,
it's easy to make. You've got
that sounds better than
elbow macaroni in the cupboard.
Yeah.
Oh, just on the popcorn alone, geez.
Oh, the popcorn is so good. I did that last night.
That sounds amazeballs.
Yeah, I love cheese corn, so it's really good.
You know what's funny?
It's a little more cheddar tasting than the Kraft one too, so it's actually a little better, I think. So
what's funny is my dad. Was I born yet? He used to work at a Kraft factory.
Oh no!
And so he'd bring home packets of
his pockets filled with powder.
He'd bring home all the Mac and all the fake cheese packets.
Fingernails have like orange.
Yeah.
Cheese.
Looks like Ernie from Sesame Street. Yeah.
It looks like Ernie. He shakes his head. There's like this cloud of orange.
Like the kid in Sandlot.
You're killing
Tim, I got something to tell you, son. You were made in the Kraft factory.
Yeah, that's right. You're part cheese. Well, cheese.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Oh, that stuff's so good. Oh man, I used to eat so much.
So
Mac.
I like that you can make it cheesier if you want to. So like that's the thing with Kraft. Sometimes it feels like
it promotes experimentation.
Yeah, not enough cheese powder here. I mean, I can make real mac and cheese. This is just the lazy way if you want to just make it real quick.
But it's so fucking good. I don't know what they put in that.
Good drunk food.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
God, that's delicious.
Yeah. Yeah, kind of like that powder that they put in popcorn at the movie theaters.
Yeah.
Remember when I used to work like a popcorn thing at our high school as part of whatever the club I was part of, and the Key Club, and we'd sell popcorn, and we called it the death powder, and it was just like, oh yeah, we're making death corn because it lasted forever. Like it would be like, oh, this is the stuff from last year. Glop, 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 glop.
So good. Yeah, there's got to be like some form of MSG or something that just makes it amazing.
Well, the movie theater before COVID had this metal drum, and they would put fresh popcorn popped in the drum, and then they had this lid, this stuff and a scooper, like like 2 scoops of raisin scooper.
Yeah.
And they would pull out. They had 2 different kinds, but it was the cheddar cheese that goes on Cheetos, and it was Cheetos popcorn. And they would put that in the drum.
Oh, damn.
And then they turn it on, and it would toss all the popcorn, and then you get hot, warm popcorn with the Cheetos powder on it. They had that and the red one, the red Cheetos.
Yeah.
The hot
Yep.
one.
Yeah.
So whatever one you wanted. But that popcorn was so good at my theater, and that's one of the things I kind of miss because we don't have a theater, right now because of COVID. When is that going to happen? Is everybody vaccinated already? What the fuck?
Yeah. Actually, I haven't. I should check out my local theater, see what the deal is.
I get my second dose next week.
Oh, that was a Lulu for me. The second shot.
Yeah,
How about you, Mark?
No, I had absolutely no effects whatsoever.
Same here.
Your second one, Jim, was okay?
Shot was a Lulu for me.
Was it?
I was out for a day. Yeah.
Which one did you have? The Pfizer or Moderna?
Moderna.
Pfizer.
Next week.
Yeah.
I had the hurt arm, which is pretty normal, but I had the aches and pains and felt real tired. Felt like someone beat me up with a bat. So I just slept most of the day, and the next day it was great.
Oh.
So, you were feeling pretty crappy there too, weren't you? Lewis?
Me?
Lewis?
Yeah. I had 2.5 days of feeling like crap.
Wow.
And I was just super tired, fever.
Yep.
Yeah.
Hot, cold chills.
Yep.
A little bit. Yeah, I had a little bit of that. Not too bad. It wasn't a full blown flu feeling though. It was like maybe 70%, maybe 60% of a flu. Manageable. Could have gone to work if you had to, but I was like,
oh yeah,
my work pays for if you're sick from your COVID shot. So I'm like,
yep,
I'm sick enough. I want sleep. I'm not feeling good.
I was kind of hoping. I was hoping that I'd be like, oh, sorry, I just can't. But I was tired. But I worked the whole day.
Yeah, my work paid for you getting the shot too, which is great. Like the time off to go get your shot.
Yeah,
so it's great. They should. I mean, it's great because they're promoting like, hey, get your shot, do it.
Yeah.
Don't use us as an excuse.
Yeah, this whole crew, all of us are vaccinated at least partially. Nice.
All right, let's reopen Grinkers. Let's do it.
Yeah. I'm curious, right? Like if they, we can get your arcade going, Time Runner. We can,
yeah.
we can head there. The one in Tennessee sounds intriguing. I think
that one does.
Is that still in the books, Mark?
Oh yeah.
Oh, cool. Keep us posted. Are you going to post stuff like to social media as you're working on that, or?
Yeah, I mean, if you go to my TikTok, Spacetime Junction, that's where I've been posting lately.
Okay.
So
crazy kids with
that's why I don't. Yeah, I know. I'm just like, I have no interest in joining the latest.
I don't gram. I don't tick.
Isn't that pretty old at this point? Isn't TikTok been around a little bit too long? What's next?
In 3 months, I have 44,000 followers, so I can't complain.
Hey.
I don't even post to it. I don't post one single thing. I just watch people's funny videos.
Right.
Okay, Mark, what are you at? Your
Space-Time Junction, all one word.
Space-Time Junction?
Yeah. This phone's at 1%, so if I accidentally hang, if it dies, then that's not. Don't blame me. So.
I'll join that just to point everyone to my YouTube channel.
Yeah.
Be like, fuck you guys.
Is your icon the
Back to the Future?
Is that it?
Yeah, that's me. There you go.
Okay, I'm gonna complain and say
yeah, report me
this content offends me.
Oh yeah. Damn it. Block.
Nice.
All the political shit, that's what they do to each other. They turn each other in constantly, because they get pissed off at all, all that political stuff.
Your existence offends me.
Yeah. Trump forever. Fuck you. He should have won.
Well, it looks like my theater or my local theater is at least partially open. They have a bunch of movies. I see Mortal Kombat and like the other.
Oh, did you watch the Mortal Kombat movie yet?
That are opening
yeah. I watched.
I liked it. It
was fun. Plymouth Grand 15.
My only complaint about the Mortal Kombat movie is that they've got about 26 characters to pick from, and they decide to create a brand new character for the movie? Why? You've got a whole bunch of characters there. In fact, Kano stole the movie to me.
Oh yeah, he totally
was so good in the
totally,
movie.
He totally had his moments.
And you
yeah.
think he'd be lame? What's that, Mark?
The whole time I'm like, "Where's Johnny Cage? What the hell?"
Yeah,
spoilers.
Where's Johnny Cage?
No,
he should have been the guy, just kind of they did it in the first movie. But
yeah, that was the teaser.
Yeah, they didn't need a and his new. Think about it. He got his ass kicked all the way through the movie, right? The new character, all the way through the movie, he gets his ass kicked all the way through it. I'm like, why am I supposed to root for this guy again? Someone remind me.
He's supposed to be the average Joe that we're supposed to relate to, I guess. But
every time.
They probably didn't. They didn't. I mean,
except for
they
Goro.
didn't really need. I mean, I was more. Yeah, I loved. We had a lot of fun.
Scorpion kicked ass. I wanted more Scorpion. He was so cool in it.
Well, and that's
awesome.
The way that they did the opening, the intro and stuff. You felt
so
for the
cool.
character. Like they did a good job. Yeah.
It was fucking cool.
It was awesome.
Yeah, it was fun.
It was the special effects. How is it Kung Lao with his spinning hat on the ground?
Oh, that was fucking awesome.
Fucking cool.
There's a saw blade.
You get fatalities in the movie.
Yeah, they
pulls out a heart.
Out of Reptile.
We even got we got characters I didn't think I was gonna see. Like I didn't think I was gonna see Reptile. And I'm comparing that Reptile to the Reptile from the first Mortal Kombat movie, which is god awful. But back then, CG was so new. You were like, wow, look at that. But
and
like,
honestly, I thought it was kind of cool when he in the original when it the creature morphed into the statue, the character, and then became like the
in the first
ninja
movie,
form,
right?
Yeah, in the first movie. But in this one,
it's just invisible,
cool.
which it does in the game, and the acid spit, which is cool, and that's how Kano gets away. I thought that was cool.
Yeah.
Some really cool stuff in the movie. It's totally worth watching. I mean,
I saw
it
the
was
7-minute trailer for it, and it looked pretty interesting.
Oh yeah,
more of a story to it than the original Mortal Kombat movie they had.
I thought it was an interesting way of explaining. They did an interesting way of explaining the bizarre powers of a lot.
I thought that was cool because in the first Mortal Kombat movie, I'm waiting for them to shoot a fireball or Sonya to shoot her rings, and they don't do any of that really. In this movie, you see it. It's great.
It was just I thought it was just a clever writing.
That's a great way to do it. That's fine. Just do a throwaway thing that if you're chosen for the tournament, you get a certain power. And Kano the whole time is like, I want a power. What's my power?
Yeah.
I got lasers. What do you got?
Yeah. I thought it was I heard it's funny because a formula for me and Carrie to decide it's not all the time, or it's not it's not locked down, but we have a good experience with finding movies where the critics are like, and then you look at the audience score in Rotten Tomatoes and it's way up there.
Something
and that's how this
one, by the way.
And that's how this one was. It was 50% critics, 86 or 7% audience. I'm like, this
they had a lot of fan service, which I dig, because that's totally a fan service movie. I mean, the people that are going to be into that movie are the ones that have played the games. I mean, really. Yeah. So we're looking for things. We're looking for, are we going to see a Liu Kang do with his kick thing? Is he going to do it? Oh, he did it.
No, exactly. It's like
you're waiting for
we were watching me and Carrie were watching the Fat Man podcast, the Kevin Smith podcast with Mark Bernard, and it was we were just like he made a good point. He's like, it was kind of to me like Godzilla versus Kong, in that you got because you got exactly what the title was. People don't give a shit about humans. You want to see the monsters fight,
and that was the problem with all the Godzilla movies. The humans, I don't care about the humans.
Yeah, then he proceeds though to talk about how this is where sometimes I just don't agree with him, but it's like he contradicted himself. But then he proceeds to ridicule Mortal Kombat because the story suffered, and I'm like, what are you talking about? You're getting all the fights, and this is total fan service. but it's one of those things where it's like you're going into this movie. It's Mortal Kombat. It's based on a video game, and if you're not into the video game, you're not probably going to like it. They gave exactly what the fans wanted to see. I think the one criticism I could kind of partially understand that I read, someone was like, but there was no actual tournament.
Well, there's a throwaway line that says we're going to do our own tournament. And then he goes, Raiden, can you transport each of us? And we're going to do our own tournament and to separate everybody out, which I thought was a great idea because then you get all these weird locations like the bridge where it was Jax against who was that supposed to be with the hammer, by the way? Was that supposed to be
Raylick or something like that? He's in one of later games. But
and I thought he was going to fall and hit the spikes because there's spikes below. And he doesn't. He just,
that his fatality.
By the way, the gore in Mortal Kombat is worth the ticket alone. Such good gore in it, right?
Yeah, but they actually, they don't technically do the tournament because this is all supposed to be prior.
They don't do the official tournment. So
the
this
official,
is supposed to be the
it's
first
like a prequel almost.
They're planning a sequel already because you saw that who is it? Sub-Zero? No, not Luke. Who's the
Johnny
wizard?
Cage?
Not
Raiden
guy. No, the other wizard.
Shang Tsung.
Shang Tsung, is that the one that can change into different characters and stuff?
Yeah,
that guy. So he takes everybody away, like that got killed, to probably resurrect. So hopefully we'll get Kung Lao back. I don't know if we will, but it was, it's just it totally set up a sequel though, and that's where we're gonna get our tournament because there's a little bit of story breaking stuff with. Well, if they can just break the rules, why bother with the tournament at all? They can just come. But they do,
but they do that. They do that in the games too. Yeah, I mean, like so it's like
they talk about it in the games. Yeah, that they do that. So,
and they did that in the later in the original sequel or the 90s sequel Annihilation.
Oh, Annihilation. Oh yeah. Well, he in the movie he talks about. Well, next time I'm gonna bring an army. It's like, why didn't he just bring an army this time? He could have, because those people that they fought against were not ready for those fights. I mean, they were very amateur for the most part, so they kind of lucked out.
Speaking of fights, Jim, when's Cobra Kai coming back?
Well, they wrapped up season 4 production, but that was in the news real recently, but they don't have a specific date yet. It's supposed to be fourth quarter, so that could be December 31st for all we know.
Wow.
Yeah. But
Gino, did you watch Godzilla versus King Kong?
I have not seen that yet. No.
Okay. Have you seen the old one? The old one with the rubber suits? Okay.
Yeah.
So one thing I did like in King Kong, is it King Kong versus Godzilla or Godzilla versus King Kong?
It doesn't matter.
I always get them flip flop.
I think it's Godzilla versus Kong.
It's Godzilla versus Kong. Okay, so in the remake that we're watching, there's a quick scene where King Kong, I forget if it's the butt of the axe or he grabs some long object and he shoves it in Godzilla's mouth and he shoves it in there, and that's in the old one. He takes like a tree out of the ground and shoves it in his mouth. So it's like, they're kind of recreating some of the fight stuff that you saw.
Oh wow, I didn't. Yeah. I wouldn't have known that.
Cool.
I made a Godzilla music video. I got to show it to you guys.
Oh yeah, I think on movie night we.
Did you watch that one? Did I show it to you already? Okay,
I think so. Yeah,
it's to the music of Blue Oyster Cult.
Yeah, we watched that one of the movie nights. Yeah, that was funny.
So I make music videos for fun, and that's one of them. But no, I love that they way cut down the human bullshit. Who cares?
Yeah,
they could have cut out all the stuff with the kids and the conspiracy guy. All that was so lame. Just to get to what they're working on, they could have just cut to the guys working on that stuff. They don't need the Stranger Things girl and all that. That was
Millie,
so
Billy,
thrown in.
Billy, Millie.
Yeah, we were calling her Millie Vanilli when we were watching.
Millie Bobby Brown.
Yeah,
Millie
no one
Vanilli
cares.
Brown.
They just want to just show us what's in the title. We want to see two monsters.
I don't want to ruin
fight.
it for people that haven't seen it, but that was cool. What
and it wasn't all
I
happening.
don't think you can ruin Godzilla versus Kong.
All right,
Like,
they discover Mechagodzilla, and that's the fucking real cool thing in the movie.
Yeah.
Mechagodzilla rocks.
Yeah, and the
I love the Mechagodzilla in the
and
old
all
Godzilla movies.
the bulk of the action doesn't take place during like a rainstorm where you can hardly see what's happening.
Anything. I know.
Yeah.
How about in the first of those remake Godzillas where you're about to see Godzilla fight and the humans are running in and the doors close, you don't get to see the fight.
Yeah.
You're like, what? Oh,
yeah.
what? And you don't get to see a fight till the last 5 minutes of the movie. I'm like, this sucks. I remember turning to my friend. We're watching the movie and it was just a lot of people talking through the whole movie, talking. Godzilla for a split second. Talking. More people talking. I turned to my friend. I go, we did go see Godzilla, right? When is he going to be in the movie?
Yeah, I liked, what was it, the 2014 or whatever? I forget what year. That was the first one.
That old one.
The first one after the terrible 98 one, or
no, not that one. The one where they parachute out of the thing and to land near him.
Yeah, I
and
think
he fights
so.
that pointy nosed bird thing, and
and granted, like you're
down
saying,
his mouth.
Like you're saying, there wasn't a lot of Godzilla in that movie,
No,
but the buildup was
terrible.
But the buildup I thought was good, and the shots we saw were good. But then it was like a teaser. Now it's like, now
really
I want a whole
10-minute movie of Godzilla.
Yeah, now I want a whole movie of that. Yeah.
So Godzilla versus King Kong has a lot of King Kong, has a lot of Godzilla. Godzilla kills a lot of innocent people. So does King Kong by accident.
I guess
Godzilla
HBO
uses
Max.
flame all over the place. I
Well,
like how they
Gino,
explain why he
your,
wants to fight Godzilla. It was cool.
Do you have AT&T? Because it's
no.
Switch to AT&T. It's free then.
It's on Max. Is it still on Max?
I think so.
Yeah, it's kind of cool that we're getting some of
it's
these
supposed to
premium
last for like a
movies on
month,
Max.
I think. Yeah.
Mortal Kombat ends in May sometime.
I might have to watch it a second time.
So it's a very limited window. So get Max. It's $14. Binge watch a bunch of shit and then bail.
yeah.
But you're gonna get in there and go, oh, what's this series? Oh, this is cool. I started watching Curb Your Enthusiasm, which I've never watched before.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm enjoying those stupid shows because that's the writer of the Seinfeld shows.
Yeah.
Right.
And really, his show is basically Kramer and Seinfeld mushed together. He's kind of a crazy, weird, wacky guy. Yeah.
My wife.
Well, just look at him, Larry
It's
David
a funny
or
show.
whatever. Yeah.
Larry David. Yeah. It's it's a funny show. Just watch the first episode. If you don't like it, never watch it again. But I got hooked in. So there's just too much content in there. My daughter's like, Sex and the City, I can watch them all over again. I'm like, oh, yay.
Oh, you're going to watch it with her? No.
She watches it up in her room. So if you get the service, Gino, you can put it on 5 different systems.
Okay.
5 different.
My only gripe, though, is that they don't have an app on my TV yet for it.
Oh, really?
So I have to use Steam Link. No, actually, I just cast it. I cast it. Yeah, but my TV, my smart TV doesn't have an app for HBO Max yet, and Carrie's doesn't either.
I try to always buy a Samsung because they update that shit constantly. If you get a Samsung TV, smart TV, they're constantly updating their apps and stuff. So the new apps come out and you can download them.
Well, like I can go to the store and there will be new stuff, but like I thought HBO Max doesn't. So I end up just casting it. That's fine. It works just fine.
Or you could, if you really want to work around, if you don't want to cast it, you can get a dongle or something that'll be updated. Those don't seem to work quite as good as if it's built into the TV, but you don't have to have 2 things on like your computer to cast it over there, right?
I typically use the Fire Stick. Just you can.
That's what I mean, like a Fire Stick or a Roku or something, But those work.
Yeah, it works all right. Yeah, but it's just one extra little thing, but it's not a huge deal. We'll see if my late next fall probably I want to get a new TV, but that'll probably be an LG as well. That's what I have, and that's
next tax return. Get a giant one that's across your wall.
Well, I want to get one of the OLED TVs, and that's
those
LG's
are pricey.
Yeah, and
They're
that's
real
LG's domain.
pretty though.
So yeah,
true darks. You get nice blacks, nice color. Yeah, those are great TVs, but they're too pricey for me.
They are spendy. Yeah.
You have to go sit in your neighbor's apartment to watch it in your room.
If you sit too close to it, you can't have babies because it ruins all your sperm. It's like exercise to your body. But so what did we learn today? Go see Godzilla versus King Kong. Go see
Mortal Kombat.
Harley Quinn. Go see Mortal Kombat.
Mortal Kombat. Yep.
Go see RoboCop.
Yeah.
Did,
all the goodies.
Carrie, did the other girls did they like RoboCop? Because I bet Jesse hadn't seen it and stuff.
Yeah, Jesse hadn't seen it either. I think so. Like, I don't really remember us talking about like doing a good movie, post.
Did they laugh at the appropriate times and stuff?
I don't really remember, honestly.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I was kind of into the movie and not. Like I kind of turned everybody. Like, I didn't have people real loud. I didn't deafen. I didn't feel like I needed to deafen.
Well, if you haven't seen the movie, you probably should, just because if it's a good one too, you want to like hear everything and
yeah,
a movie like that.
Yeah,
there's so many great lines in it and cool scenes. Where RoboCop shoots the rapist through her dress and shoots him in the dick. I mean, you can't get better than that in a movie. I saw that movie in the theater. Justice. I was just like, "Oh my god, he shot him in the dick!"
And then she goes up to hug him, and he's like,
"Yeah,
I will get you to a rape center or whatever." Yeah. You have suffered an emotional,
So on the commentary on that, with the director's actually in the movie in a quick scene. Remember the part where they're in the dance club and RoboCop goes in there to get one of the bad guys? And he pulls the gun out and he whacks it, and then like someone dancing like catches it and keeps dancing. Like it's like no biggie. Well, there's a cutaway to the director, Paul Verhoeven, and he's dancing like this. This is after it's right after he tries to kick RoboCop in the balls, and you just hear a clang. It cuts away to a guy laughing, kind of doing this, and it's Paul Verhoeven. He what that scene is Paul comes out and he's talking to all the dancers. He's all, okay, I want everybody to dance like all crazy, like this. And when he was in the editing room, he saw himself on camera and he started laughing and he cut himself in to right at that little spot.
That's
kind of funny.
I love it.
Yeah, he's just doing this, laughing with he has kind of long hair, But anyway, what he said was interesting was the MPAA made them cut that scene, one of the best scenes in the movie, where when Clarence Boddicker is trying to get away at the end, and he's being chased by Officer Lewis. The guy that just got through the toxic chemicals,
Oh yeah,
hits him and he explodes with liquid. The NPA tried to get them to cut it, but when they sent it to test audiences, they have a comment in the part. It says, "What's your favorite part of the movie?" And everybody put when he hits the guy and turns to juice. Yeah. So it's
like they planned it that way.
They submitted those cards to the MPAA and said, "We can't cut this. This is everybody's favorite part." When we showed it to test audiences, and they're like, "Oh, okay." And they finally let them put it. So they tried to get them to cut that shit. I hate the MPAA. Shut the fuck up. Let the director make the movie they want to make.
Well, not even that. Again. Like, you have a rating system, so just put it where it needs to be rated.
It's R already.
Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah.
But that almost didn't get in the movie, and that is one of the best parts of the movie. It's such a memorable scene. You're laughing at the guy so gross because he's such an asshole anyway. Who cares?
Right. Oh yeah.
Oh, help me! And he's like, get away from me, man! And he's all like walking like this.
He's like got this like high pitch.
And Clarence, his fingers are like melted. You can see them like hanging off his bones. They're so gross.
His lip is like
it's like. It's so juicy and gross. And then when the car hits him, his head like flies up over the hood and juice just goes up over the
And the guy driving like,
ah! Is like, It's like someone took a bucket of slush and just...
Yeah.
It's so perfect and so good.
I remember when we were watching it, someone, it might have been you, Carrie, is like, I hope he's got good windshield wiper.
Yeah, that was me because my windshield wipers suck.
Oh, that movie's just so
shit.
great. And there's so many neat things to it too. That's supposed to be like analogy of Jesus Christ in a way, because Jesus Christ, when he, when he is sort of like reborn as Murphy after being turned into a robot, there's a scene where he's walking towards Clarence and he's walking on water. So that's him being reborn. There's all this like weird, interesting side shit that it's supposed to be a man who dies and then comes back to life again, and and a savior in a way. So there's some sort of like nods to Jesus, and Peter Weller's talked about it in interviews. So I'm interested to hear more about his.
I'm excited for that.
That documentary is going to be really cool.
Yeah.
That Search for Tomorrow. Yeah.
I also really want to watch the second part of In Search of Darkness.
The first, I have it. I just haven't watched it because I'm waiting to watch it with you guys. And
that's almost something you gotta make it. Yeah, and just do it and screw the pick for the week. And
it's
just
4 hours. Let's just sit and watch and enjoy it. Yeah.
Yeah. And what's great about that is it's actually a really good documentary for a group gathering, because it's like short bursts it covers a lot of movies in short bursts. It's a documentary that is great for like if you have a beverage and be like, oh, I love that movie. Oh, I love that movie. Oh,
what's that
really
movie?
Good.
That looks cool. Write that one down, Andrew.
Yeah. You don't have to be really focused in on what they're saying, for a lot of it. But
I watched The Burning, by the way. That was one of them that was in the documentary, The Burning.
That's the one that has what's her name?
The guy from Seinfeld, the guy that played George, but he's young and he's got hair and everything. He's like a teenager or maybe 19 or something, but it's really violent. I couldn't believe the violence in that. Like, it's the one that has the clippers.
Oh, I'm thinking of probably Inferno or whatever. I was thinking about the little girl.
It's real bloody and a lot of practical gore in it. So
I remember that one coming across just because the title, The Burning.
The Burning,
it made me think of like a bladder infection. So automatically,
gonorrhea.
The movie. Yeah, that's like oh no, that sounds like one of the scariest scary movies ever. No, not
The Clap, the movie.
Yeah.
Well,
it revisits
so often. Yeah. What do you guys think? Should we shut her down?
Yeah, let's shut it down. That's cool.
Yeah, I actually have an early day.
I have a huge day tomorrow. So.
All right. Well, everyone, thanks for tuning in. It was a lot of fun. We'll see you in a couple weeks probably. So, toodles.
Get your cheese.
Goodbye. Indeed.
Oh yeah. Indeed. Yeah.